起きたさん大勝利。
Hello, dudes. How's it going? Welcome to the first stream of this week. And it's on a Wednesday. Haven't had a Wednesday stream in a while. Well, if I knew Last Ball 5 was gonna be delayed, I might have not even scheduled it for today. I mainly did it because it was supposed to release today. But I didn't want to cancel it because it was so close to the stream after we got the news that it was delayed. So yeah, we're still streaming today. Today won't be a super long stream, but yeah, we can still have some fun, definitely. Yeah, Thursday for you, Pancakes, exactly. That's fair. How you guys doing? I see a lot of people in the chat already. How's it going? How is your Wednesday, or maybe even Thursday if you're like Pancakes, who lives like on the east side of the world, time zone wise? Yes, I saw the CM for Olympus. I watched the whole stream. Was pretty excited when I saw that, of course, Canis was confirmed to be in the first banner. But then at the end of the stream they said no, it's not coming yet. It's coming in the quote nearby days, unquote. So yeah, we're gonna have to make do with that. I wish they could have even released the banner early, but no, both the banner and Singularity will release at the same time. Hopefully tomorrow, but yeah, we'll see. We'll probably have song requests once I'm done with this first thing, and most of you guys probably know what I'm already talking about. I'm briefly opening up my FGO, but this won't be like, I won't be really playing FGO on the stream. We'll do tier list mainly. It'll be FGO stuff again though, but it should be fun. But I'm opening the game for a specific reason, because you know, I kind of lost a bet and maybe said something I shouldn't have, and now I have to pay the price. So yeah, I'll tell you about the tier list once we get there. Anyway, what's up? How you guys doing? Again, it's pretty bright because it's 5 p.m. here, so yeah, hopefully it's not too distracting. Need to get some drape runners or something, I guess, but whatever. Yeah, Sui with the 9 months of tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. New badge, by the way. Looking good with that rare prism, and yes, cocked out of waifu release. Doesn't that suck? Now that just blows. I was really looking forward to Canis myself too, and I even had a decent shot because she's a 4-star, right? And that's also, it's good and bad. It's good that it makes her easier to get, but it's bad because I lost my bet. I said there is no way I would ever, or no, not I, there's no way DW would ever make Canis anything other than a 5-star, because she's pretty popular and they would absolutely milk everything they can out of her. But turns out she's a 4-star, and I may have said that if she's not a 5-star, I'm grailing Yasun. So yeah, that's pretty much why we're here in the game. We won't be here for long probably, but yeah, easy like Fujino. I mean, I hope. Fujino wasn't that bad. I mean, even the first copy wasn't that bad. I wouldn't go for MP5 Canis either. I would just probably stop at 1 copy. I don't know. Canis is story locked, and what's his name? The other, the twins. I already forgot the name. Dioscuri, yeah, Dioscuri is a permanent saber, actually. Permanent 5-star saber. So, yeah. Banner 1, not super exciting. We have a permanent 5-star saber and a story-locked 4-star lancer, but hey, it's not bad. I guess Roma will be in the second banner then. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway. Alright. I would ever bet that. I was so confident. Sure, it was stupid, but hey, it is what it is. Oh man, this is rough. God damn it. Jesus. I'm not even sure if I have him VOD. I might not. I don't think I do. I probably should fix that now that I'm about to grail him. Yeah, he's not even close. His foreign skills too. Oh no. That's a yikes. That's a big yikes. Maybe I'll look at those before I do this. Let's see. Can I up his skills immediately? Are we grailing today? I said I was grailing him gold, so up to level 80. But hey, that's still like what? 3 grails that I have to just expend? Oh, he needs proofs. God damn it. I mean, if I'm gonna grail him, I guess I should give him some proofs. You know? I'm a man of my word. I will do it. I will do it. Yeah, I'll give him some proofs, okay? I'm so low on them anyway. Fuck. Yeah, no, I said that I would not normally consider grailing if not at least every skill of the servant is at 10, but this might be an exception because of a stupid bet. Also, Full Moon with the tier 1 3-month sub as well. Thank you so much, dude, for the resub. Hey, you got a new badge too, right? Yeah, you got a sync course now. I guess I can go to at least 8. Yeah. Yeah, no Canis today. It's very unfortunate. I could actually fully max. Oh no, I could actually fully max him. Oh shit. Oh my god. What a CS counter this? No. Don't worry, Ty. It's not the end of the world. It's not like I'll be out of grails or anything. JP is not my main server either. It's just fun in games, basically. Don't worry. I'm not too upset. It's my own fault. I'll reap what I sow. I'm a man of my word. I will not back out of him. Yo, Paul with the 5-month sub as well. Hope lesson learned. Yes, definitely. I'm not gonna make bets like that again. But hey, I have him. I will have Yasun here reminding me of it permanently now. So you know what? Take my proofs. What was the bet? I said that there's no way Canis would be anything other than a 5-star servant. And she's a 4-star, so there you go. Alright. I'm gonna have a fully maxed Yasun, dudes. Hey, thanks, ball. 12? I still have 40. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll even do the lores. I'm fully committing here. If anything, this will be a highlight, saying don't do stupid bets. There you go. I'm doing it. All the way, baby. Let me take some screens too. Oh yeah, it freezes my phone. Oh, never mind. I guess not. Not gold foes. No, definitely not gold foes. I would rather give them to some other grails. I'll give him foes too. Not gold ones, but I'll give him normal ones. I should have normal ones, I think. Oh my god, I actually have a fully maxed Yasun now. Oh man. Christ. Oh, there you go. Max skill, yeah. Well, I guess I'm holding true to my roots as well. As I said, I would normally never even grail a servant unless they're like max skilled. I think that's like a bare minimum. Gold foe. No, Sasu. You can't make me use gold foes with the FTO command seal. Nah, I'm gonna have to refund you, dude. That is not even fair. That is not fair. I'll give you your points back, but that's no way a fair command seal right there. That is just golden foes are not easy to come by. Alright, where is he? Wait, this is skills. What am I doing here? Here we go. I like the attempt though. I'll give you that. Nice attempt. Oh, it's unleveled, I guess. Okay. Where's my man? Let's see. Oh my god. I might have some in my mailbox, I think. Redeem what, Flame? I should have more. I think I have some in my mailbox. There you go. Oh man. Wait, which one was it? Attack, right? I think it's attack. Is there anything here? Like, no, everything is 20. Alright, I'll just take a set then. Just give me a full set, why not? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I am stabbing, yeah. I'm a man of my word. If I said I was gonna do it, I'll do it, man. There you go. Okay, now we have max skills, 1k foes, and all that's left is the making him look more golden, I guess. Hello, Gurji. Alright. I mean, this is the good thing when you grail 1 stars. You get like 10 levels with the first grail, because every grail will at least bring a servant to a silver status. So that's a pretty value grail, at least, if anything. Yeah, I have a bit of grails, so yeah. Alright, well, here's a lesson for you kids. Don't make stupid bets, or you might be looking at something like this too. Cheers. There you go. I'm gonna look at this animation too. Look at him turn silver and get his star. Damn, silver boy. That's the first one. Okay, let's bring him up to 70 before anything else. The bet was that I said that there's no way Canis would ever be anything besides a 5-star servant, so turns out she's a 4-star. So here I am. Never making those kinds of bets again though, but you know, it's a learning experience. In the coming days, NC, they didn't specify when. I'm hoping it's tomorrow. Or at least Friday at the latest, but we'll see. We don't know. It should be in the next 1 to 3 days, whatever it is. So it's pretty unfortunate. Some EXP? No, not command cards. Yeah, you were here, chat. You were here when I did this. I'll soon be owner of a golden Yasun. There you go. I'll do it in NA PO. It's definitely not because of coronavirus, dude. Because Apple fucked up again. Alright, there you go. Look at him. Look at him. Oh. I said I was gonna do it until he's golden, so rip 3 grails. Almost there. I'm not even getting any suck bonuses. Alright, game. I see you. I see you, game. Yeah, basically, it's the same thing as always, NC. Alright, here we go. Time for the golden grail. I mean, at least the gold border will look good on him, right? I guess it kind of fits his color palette. So here we go. 10k HP, yeah, you're right. It's pretty good for a 1-star servant. No, I won't leave him at level 75. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good on him, I have to say. Doesn't look bad. Alright. Now let's get him up. I won't leave him at level 75 though. I will get him to 80. Hey, don't worry, Rugman. Actually need to get more EXP. Hey! Got a super suck even. This is still not enough, right? Unless... Damn, that would have been cool. Alright, let me get 100 more EXP just to get the... Wait, do I have some in my second archive? I hope I do. I don't have to... I don't want to pick up 100 EXP. That would be lame. Okay, these are foes. Do I have it filtered? No EXP, damn it. Okay, I have to get 100 then. Do I just leave it like that? Are you kidding me? Gotta leave at level 79? Where is he? This is by rarity, so he's still down here. He's gonna be level 79. Look at this! Look at this shit. Wait, which sprites should I use? I haven't even looked at him. I saw a pretty fabulous one. It's a bit less fabulous one. I should probably use the third one because he's actually golden now, huh? This one or this one in terms of the card? Do I use the third ascension or the fourth one? The fourth one is pretty cool, I guess. I don't like the Adon portrait at least. Third, FA. I like the smug on the FA. I did, Corey, I did. Alright. I'll do the rest. I can't leave him at 79. I can't. Alright, I can't. I have to do the rest. It bugs me out too much. I can't leave him like that. $79. Coward? No, I still committed, dude. Okay, I still committed to the golden Yasun. That's enough for me. I'm not gonna leave him to a meme level. There it is. Bam. Alright. There you go. It's a screen too. Level 80. Golden Yasun. Full foe. Well, not 2k, but you know. And 10 skills across the board. There you go. If anything, this should be a highlight saying, don't do stupid bets, right? But hey. I'm not one to back out if I take the L. So there you go. There it is. I was gonna spend for Canis. I can spend like 200 quartz, I think. At most, I think. Hopefully she would appear with that because she's still a 4-star apparently. So I don't know. I kind of want to save some for Banner 2 as well. Alright, we should get to the real meat of the stream then. I don't even, I would not make that bet anymore, but that's just too cruel. Just too cruel. You could bet Grand Phantom. I mean, they're both memes, so Yeah. Alright, give me a second here. Give me a second here while I set this up. It shouldn't take too long. So I'll just disconnect my phone. Okay, I'll enable song requests in a second as well. Actually, I'll do it right now because it'll take a while before you guys get it working. So yeah, you can request songs now. Feel free. Okay. Dude, I really need a haircut, but no fucking barber is open right now. It sucks. What a bad timing. Hey, what's up, Frodo? Yeah, pancakes was ready, as always. Okay, let's see if I can... Is it this one? It should be this one. Oh, yes. Here we go. So originally I was gonna do this, not this. This is a fun one too, by the way. I thought this was hilarious. I saw this and I was like, I have to do this at some point. I'm not doing this today, but it's a footwear tier list, which is pretty funny in my opinion. I won't do this today though. We might do this on another day. But this is what I was originally gonna make, which is a Final Ascension tier list. But this would take like over 3 hours because it's over 300 servants. So this is maybe for like Friday or something. We'll see. But today I wanted to do something that doesn't take a billion years, which is a low star tier list, including 1 to 3 star servants and both versions of Mashu. So this shouldn't take at least too long, but it should be pretty fun regardless. I couldn't find a list with non-gold servants, so I just put them all here. There's a huge fucking thing at the top. We can't even see it, hopefully, but yeah, this will be the list for the low stars. These are just like all... I hope I didn't put any low stars in. I did it really fast, but I don't think I fucked up. Feel free to yell at me if I'm missing someone. Alright. Hey, what's up, Gilnash? Okay. And if need be, I can always open up the wiki and we can, you know, like, look at servants and whatnot. You know, that's always good. I had this open because of the tier list, or the FA list, so I could... when we do the FA list, I can just show it to you like this easily, you know? But right now, I'm not doing it today. But maybe later this week. We still have a lot of streams to go. Right, so yeah, this would be a gameplay list. FA Friday, yeah, we might do an FA Friday. Yeah, this is a gameplay list for 1 to 3 star servants, inspired by my recent talk with Lily Aquina, who posted her 3-star list recently. And I thought, you know what, I should make one too, just for the fun of it. She had a billion different criterias though, like, that's like way too much critique, in my opinion, but hey, it's her list, it's fine. I would... the way I would rate gameplay is basically one reason. I mean, there's a lot of factors, but the biggest reason of them all is... what does the servant do, and how well does the servant do what they're supposed to do, you know? That's it. I think that's fair. If you're a farm servant, if you farm well, you're like EX tier. If you're a really super good servant, like for challenge quests, if you do that really well, then you're also really good, you know? That's like my main criteria when doing a gameplay list. I'm not gonna judge like, well, Mashu is E tier, she can't farm at all. Like, what? That's not even fair, you know? So I'm just gonna stick to what the servant is designed to do. And if some servant can do multiple things, great. Might get some bonus points too, you know? JP buffs include. I was thinking about that, but Lily did an NA only list, so I might do the same. What do you guys think? Let's get that right. Let's decide on that immediately. Do we include JP buffs? I mean, if we're gonna do JP servants, then we might just include JP buffs as well. I don't know. I should probably include the buffs, because we're gonna get them anyway, right? We're gonna get them eventually anyway. Yeah, it's only fair. I think in this way, in this sense, we should just consider JP. What are we ranking? 1 to 3 star servants and both versions of Mashu, the Camelot one and the Orthodox one. So yeah. Oh yeah, do you guys say Orthodox, the official translation, or do you still say Orthonos, which was like the community one? Which one do you guys like more? I don't actually mind. You know what? A lot of the official translations are bullshit, but I don't actually mind Orthodox. I think it's fine. I like it. I don't mind it. So yeah. Orthonos, Orthonax, doesn't really matter to me. Like some translations like Arturia, you know, I'm not even gonna name the cursed name, but you know, I think Orthonax is fine. It's fine. Ooh, what am I listening to? This is pretty spicy. Just like Japanese rap. Nice. Alright. I think we can pretty much start. Again, today's stream won't be too long. I'll stream for at least 2 hours though, but yeah, gotta have some stuff. I do have some stuff to do after. But that, oh my, there's actually over 200 people here. Yo, what's up guys? Still in quarantine, I assume. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the streams lately. Makes me happy. Now I think we can start. I've already rambled on. We pretty much decided we're gonna do JP buffs, and yeah. Should I do polls? Should I do polls? Do you guys want to vote? Or do I just vote? Make a poll if I make polls? No. Don't do polls. Polls is its gameplay. Yeah, maybe not. Actually, yeah. Since it's not opinion-based... I mean, it kinda is. There's a bit of bias in everything, right? But because it's mainly a gameplay list, maybe polls is not the best idea. Maybe I'm gonna try and, you know, reason here. I mean, I'll look at the chat all the time, and if you guys point out something like, you forgot about this, like, he's really good with this and stuff, then yeah, that's fair. You can, I will read the chat a lot here, so... yeah, you can always throw in comments about servants. Will I post it later? I don't think I can because this is music, but you know, we do this for fun anyway, so it is what it is. Is this a gacha stream? It was supposed to be, but yeah, no. How sad. I did get Ivan on my second and last attempt, Rito. Very luckily, I'm very happy about that. But anyway, let's start. Alexander. Honestly, he's not that bad. I'm gonna open him up. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's here. He has one buff that's not yet in NA, I believe, and I think it's the charm one. Yes, this one. This skill is actually really good now. It's really good. It works on every humanoid. The rate got buffed, so it's guaranteed, minus debuff resistance, of course. If you don't have any debuff resistance, it's guaranteed to land on max rank. And it's a buff removal. Granted, it's single target, but it's a really strong skill, actually. His third skill, it's okay. It's okay. It's a team-wide quick buff. Low cooldown, 3 turns, effectively a 2-turn downtime. Pretty damn good. It's not the biggest number there is, but it's pretty good. First skill, just an average charisma. Charisma is never anything amazing, but it's okay. Could be worse. It could be tactics or something. It's not bad. Passives, very good actually. Low rank divinity, but still better than nothing. Good. This is really good considering he's a quick servant. Very strong. This doesn't matter too much. His MP actually hits pretty hard after the buff. The OC is okay. It's not bad at all. Stats, a bit, kind of average, I would say. For a DPS, MP gain is alright, considering his deck and hit counts. He's actually pretty good. He is pretty good. After all his buffs, especially this one, which isn't out on NA yet, but still, he's pretty good. So, honest, he's hard. I think he's a B or an A, I just don't know. Oh yeah, of course, what he's designed to do. He's clearly not a farm servant. Let's get that out of the way. He's not for farming. Most of these guys are not for farming. But hey, he's still pretty good. Like for free-to-play use, he's a solid rider. So he's mainly for like, if you need to just nuke some casters, he's pretty good. Maybe I'll leave him for B for now. Oh, it's hard. The buff is really good. I think I might leave him for B for now, but he's really good. Alright, well, I have him open here too because of the portrait, so Andy, oh man. Oh man, horrible stats. MP gain is okay. His skills are not terrible. This is pretty good actually. I mean, not pretty good, it's pretty okay. It's a decent skill for challenging content. This skill is not bad either. It's a guaranteed drain, and you get an okay. Like he's good for like some bosses if you only look at his skills. Okay. The exterior is the perfect beam, which he was made to be. Fair enough. Oh yeah, no command seals this time. I won't allow you guys to use command seals for this list, so hold on to your points. Are we taking bond seeds into consideration as well? I suppose we should if they're remarkable. Then there's this one, which actually is buffed on NA as well now. His really unique third skill. It's not bad, but again, it's just... For him, it doesn't make too much sense, because he's not a good servant. He has just the normal Avenger passives. Again, nothing to yell about. His MP is one of the worst MPs in the game. It's downright useless. In most cases, if you use it, it does nothing. Or very little. At most, you'll do like 1 to 2k damage. It's bad. It's just... I love the memes. I love him as a character. But gameplay list, he's terrible. He has no redeeming qualities. You can do some memes with his bouncy, I guess. You know? It's a very unique one. The only one that gives you a damage bonus against Beast. If this was team-wide, I would consider him a Beast support. Legit. But it's not. It's just for him, which sucks. Another Guts too. Interesting skills. Definitely better than many low stars, but he just... he doesn't fit anywhere. You can't use him, sadly. I love the memes though, but he's useless. Fun servant though. Then we have Arash. Oh man, Arash. So he's clearly a farm servant. Again, not many of these guys can be considered farm servants. Arash is definitely a farm servant, let me tell you that much. And boy, he's really good at that. He's everyone. Let's be honest. Everyone in here at some point has used Arash, and many of you guys also probably have him at Bond 10 as well, like I do. He's very usable. Now, you can use him in like daily quests. You can use him in like mat farming. You can use him in to make your lottery comps better. He's just really good. The fact that he offs himself with his MP is really good, because you get so much more utility. Like, it's crazy how much that affects. And yeah, his MP kills most wave 1s, which you use him pretty much for. So yeah, I would say yeah, he's EX. What he does, I mean, for what he's supposed to do, he just does it perfectly well. In fact, he does it better than many gold servants. Again, mainly due to his unique gimmick that he dies. Just I don't know, I don't even need to look at him, like his stats or anything. He's just, we all know Arash, right? He's just that good. Really good boy. Maybe we have another good boy, but how good gameplay wise? So let me him I didn't have open, so here we go. The Minotaur Asterios, who very unfairly was made a 1-star servant, but hey, we're gonna judge him anyway. Let's see. Attack for a 1-star, I guess it's okay. Very weak for a Berserker though, which is sad. Of course, because he's a 1-star. Gorilla deck. MP gain is okay, not amazing, but okay, considering his deck and hit counts. His skills. He actually has a really good version of Monstrous Strength. Many of these are like 1 or 2 turns, which are terrible. His version is a 3-turn buff, which is definitely on the top end of Monster Strength abilities. This skill is pretty good. Again, effectively a 2-turn downtime makes it pretty damn strong. Not the highest number, but hey, it's a good buff. Second skill is his defensive skill, which is actually quite sizable. And you get you will become debuff immune effectively. There are of course exceptions, but yeah, it's actually imagine if he was like a 5-star. This skill would have so much more value. He just has shitty stats. It's sad. His skills are not bad at all. This skill is very good. Again, oh yeah, it's not debuff immune. It's immune to these buffs. It's offensive debuffs, my bad. But yeah, it's still good. Even if it was just for this, it's like if it was just the defense, it's still better than most of the regular morph skills in the game. So you gotta consider that. Third skill, from what I remember, yeah, it's a good offensive skill. Sadly, 1 turn, but hey, you can have like a 1 turn. If you can get like your all your like BBB, get some stars, you're gonna hit pretty damn hard on that turn. Definitely, even as a 1-star. B rank Madness enhancement, not bad at all. Not bad. His MP is very unique. It's very unique. In fact, because of his MP, I would say his main purpose is like one-shot and gimmick comps. Because let's be honest, you're gonna pick him for his MP. He can work as a DPS, but I don't think you would really pick him over someone else. You would definitely, if you were to pick him, you would pick him because of this MP. Because effectively, you can get a minus 50% attack and, well, actually, this is based on minus 60% attack and minus 50% defense on base values, 100% overcharge. Granted, the big numbers are only for 1 turn, but hey, it's still 6 turns for 20% attack down, 10% defense. But you would only do it for the 1 turn anyway, right? Like in one-shot comps and whatnot. I've used him a lot for this purpose. So it's actually kind of hard to rank him, because he's a weird case. He's supposed to be a DPS, but then he has this really interesting utility MP that doesn't really match with his DPS kit. It's a weird case. A very unique one. But hey, if you're picking him for the MP, it works pretty well usually. Granted, you need like a K-scope, but I mean, you kind of need a K-scope or the Sakura C for Arash too, in most cases. But yeah. Yeah, B might be fair. He has uses, definitely. Quite a bit of uses, and when you do pick him, it usually works out. Not the most uses out of the world, but you know, it's not bad. It's very usable. Yeah, B might be fair. Maybe even an A if you're... Again, it's hard to... Because he doesn't do the DPS thing amazingly well due to being a 1-star, and with those stats, it doesn't really work out consistently. And his gimmick with the MP, it's not always the best choice, but yeah. I think B is fair. Alright. Then we have a new entry in... my mans, who I actually have grailed on JP as well. Avi Kebron. Very low attack, sadly, and he's definitely a DPS, so that's a shame. Has the usual triple arts caster deck. His MP gain is around average. It's around average considering, again, all his hit counts and deck. It's not bad, it's not amazing, it's average. His skill 1 is pretty good. For a DPS, it's a good buff. Helps with his MP damage and his and I guess you can get extra damage for MP gain as well. You know, it's not a bad skill at all. Oh, Yuri with the 3-month sub. Yeah, you also got the 3-month sub badge now, dude. Thank you so much, and enjoy your new swag badge. Thank you, thank you. Second skill is his version of Heist rapid words, basically. It's pretty funny because I think Paracelsus has a version that is A, and it's 80% on max rank. This is legit the same thing. It's pretty funny. In like every case, this is the same thing. Unless you go above 100%, then it's not. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Good skill. It's not an instant MP in most cases, but hey, 20% MP, that's not too hard to get. Cooldown is a bit unfortunate. That's a high cooldown. Then we have his really unique third skill. It's kind of in conflict with what he's supposed to be. Like, he's clearly supposed to be DPS, right? But then he has this team utility skill, which almost makes him a support in a way. It's a really unique skill, and it's one of the rare skills that gets insane. It gets another step above in how good it is when you get it to 10. See, it gives a party invul stacks, for 2 attacks. But if you get it to 10, it's for 3 attacks. Not many people actually even know this. On rank 10, this skill is very strong. If you manage to pull it off, granted, a lot of enemies have AoE attacks, so they might wipe everyone at the same time, so this would do nothing if he's on the field. But if you can make like an enemy single target kill him, and your 2 other guys get 3 hits of invul, it's really strong. For challenge quests, 3 turns of invul, it's almost invaluable. The heal is kind of negligible. It doesn't do much, but I guess it's nice to have. Territory Creation B, decent. This is, I guess, decent. Does he even have debuffs? Wait, why does he have this? Wait. Huh? I'm confused. Interesting. I guess he has a useless passive. Yeah, his MP itself, decent damage. And some, again, team utility. So he's like in a way... Yeah, probably for lore, yeah, true. In a way... He's like an offensive support. He's not full DPS, and he's definitely not full support either. But he's like an offensive support, and he's actually pretty good at that. You can actually bring him into many challenge quests, because he's cheap, he won't take a lot of cost from your party. You can even use him for this skill alone. Like, you slap a taunt C on that guy. This skill alone, especially if it's rank 10, can do a lot of good stuff for you. But yeah, you probably can't expect too much damage out of him. Again, his stats aren't that great. He does have this to give his MP a small buff, but that's it. It's never gonna hit like insanely hard. I suppose you can use Black Grell with this one, of course, which is probably a really good option. Yeah, he's just okay. He's okay. I think honestly, he's B too. I think he's B. He can definitely... You can get a lot of different use out of him. Either as a DPS, if you don't have any better AoE casters. But mainly for the 3rd skill in like challenging content. B's gonna stack, fair enough. So be it. Okay, then we have another AoE caster in... Charles Babbage. The Robot Man. Again, even worse in the attack department. Look at the difference between his HP and attack. He's almost doubled. That's quite sad. His MP gain is I think it's better. It's not a lot better, but it's definitely better. Yeah. He actually doesn't... I actually did not remember that he didn't have a triple arts deck. So, yeah, his MP gain, I would say it's definitely above average with this deck and hit counts. His first skill... It's really weird, actually. I've never actually understood this skill. The secondary effect is so out of place. He doesn't have any crit bonuses, but he has a star absorb for 1 turn in his first... I really don't get this skill. It's really weird. He's definitely not a crit servant. If anything, this is a demerit, because it'll fuck up the rest of your servants. If you're running double DPS, and your second DPS, you know, likes crits, that's actually a demerit. Like, actually a demerit. If anything, this kinda has synergy with this, because you can like get more crits with your arts cards, which would of course make your MP gain better. So yeah, it's probably there for MP gain. It's definitely not there for damage, but in many cases it can be a demerit. But for 3 turns, 30%, it's not golden rule, but it's okay. Let's look at the buff version. Again, yeah, it just makes the attack buff 3 turns. I believe this is in NA as well. Yeah, 3-turn attack buff, 5-turn cooldown, very good. Actually, a pretty sizable buff at that. Sadly, his attack is very low, but still, pretty sizable. 1-turn invul, you can never go wrong with invul. Pretty good, pretty good. Honestly, really good skill. It's just a really good skill. 3rd skill, oh yeah, it's this one. Okay, so it's like a, really awkward version of tactics that only applies to himself. It's just, I don't know, this skill is pretty awkward. I believe Fran also has this, a version of this. It's just not really a good skill. I mean, you can get up to 25% MP damage, but you would also take 1500 damage over 5 turns. I don't know. It's not very strong. This is a lot stronger. It's okay. It's below average, I would say. It's not bad, but it's kind of weak. Then for him this actually works, I suppose. So we have his MP. It's buffed, so it definitely does more damage than Abikebron. And this activates after damage, sadly. It's not a massive defense down anyway. Oh, honestly, his MP is very basic and the OC is pretty weak, I'm not gonna lie. Especially since he's not really a spam servant or anything. And it's a Buster MP as well, like Abikebron. I guess I could compare him to Abikebron, like, right now. Honestly, despite having a more offensive skill set, I still think I would rather pick Abikebron, honestly. He's not bad. Babbage is not bad. Definitely not bad. He's not a farm servant. You could use him in, like, again, if you need some caster power in some challenge content, but he's like average. Yeah, honestly, yeah, C seems pretty fair. C for Charles. There you go. Not a bad servant, though. Actually, a very usable AoE caster. Definitely. I've used him, and I will probably use him again someday. So, yeah, not bad at all. But not amazing. And we have Bedivere. Right off the bat, very good attack for a 3-star servant. MP gain is pretty damn good. It's definitely on the high side with his deck and hit counts. Oh yeah, I'm not really gonna cover star generational servants that obviously like aren't star gen. I mainly cover MP gains, but yeah. Skill wise, he's not actually that good. He's not that good. Tactics is like the worst team utility skill you could have, and his is a low rank as well. This skill is like a, I would honestly say this skill is like an E plus rank in skills. It's not a good skill. His second skill, pretty good. You always get 30% battery no matter what. And sadly, I wish this scaled up to 100%, because most skills that give you debuff resistance scale up to 100%. But I guess 50 is not bad. It's still a good skill, basically because of the battery alone. Third skill, good team utility. Now this is also a good skill. Sadly, they only last for 1 turn. Oh, I guess with this you can make it 100%, but yeah, it would only have it for 1 turn because of this. I guess now I see why it is. Yeah, the third skill, sadly it's 1 turn, but it's not a massive cooldown either. It's okay. I wish the numbers were a bit different, but it's okay. An okay skill. A pretty okay magic resistance. This is kind of useless, even if it's high rank. Let's be honest, he only has, I mean, he has 2 quick cards, but it's not gonna do much. His MP, though, of course, that's what he's known for, has a very high damage to it, especially since he gets a 30% buster buff on base before the damage. We've all seen numbers that Bedivere can do. He's let's be honest, if you need damage and you're kinda on a budget, I mean, sure, he's story locked, so maybe getting more than MP1 is hard, but even at MP1, he can do work. You would basically pick Bedivere for damage. You don't really expect much else. He's there to do damage, and hey, he does it pretty well. He definitely does it pretty well. But I'm gonna be real with you, since we're considering JP buffs, there's a certain fat man who may be laughing at Bedivere right about now. But hey, Bedivere, still a good servant, still a very good servant. Yeah, I would put him in A, like an A plus if anything, or just an A. I don't think AEX is... He's kind of lacking in other departments. Like, he's just there for damage. He doesn't really offer anything besides damage. Not that much, at least. Okay, then we have a very fun one. Benkei. Oh man. Oh man. Pretty... I mean, he's a 2-star, so I guess his attack is pretty average. Or so. MP gain. Okay, I guess. It's not amazing. It's like average 2. His skills. if you get this to rank 10 somehow, it's not bad. But hey, dude, rank 10 Benkei, that's a yikes. Alright. Yeah, it's not a terrible skill. His second skill, I mean, let's be honest. If you were to pick Benkei, you would pick him for this. You would only pick him as a taunter. Let's be honest. So this skill, even if you pick him only for this, it's still not amazing. It's still not amazing. It's still a 1-turn taunt. I wish it was 3 turns. I wish both of these were 3 turns like George. It's just a bad version of that. Yeah, it's okay though. It's an okay taunt skill. This skill. It's AoE though, you gotta keep in mind, it's AoE. But even at max rank, it's not even guaranteed. It's not a very amazing skill at all. Oh man. He's just there to be an asshole basically with his skills. He doesn't really offer anything. Pretty mediocre magic resistance, and his MPs, I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of a joke. You're not even guaranteed a stun on MP5, and the OC, it might as well not even be there. It makes no sense. This OC sucks. Every OC that's like this, like it's a small dot, it's worthless. It's actually worthless. So yeah, I mean, as much as I love Benkei, I think he's a cool character and everything. I do like using him for memes. He's an E-tier servant. He's one of the worst servants in the game, definitely. Even for what he does, there's so many servants who do it better. It's really awkward. I do like him though. He's awesome. Then we have, now we go from like here to like a bit higher, because we have Billy. Attack, okay. It's not bad. It's slightly above average, I think, for 3 stars. So yeah, not too bad. His MP gain, it's average-ish or slightly higher than average with his hit counts in deck. Yeah, maybe about average. His first skill is really cool, because I mean, it's not even the only crit buff he has. We all know I mean, let's be honest, Billy, again, a servant you pick for damage, and man, he can do damage well. Not only can he crit really hard, his MP can also do a lot of damage. So he has like 2 options, which is great. Great for damage. This skill does a lot of crit damage. That's insane. That's insane. And let's be honest, he's an archer, so he has a really good natural absorb. Not as high as riders, but the second highest natural absorb you can have. So being a crit servant and archer, that's a good combination. Second skill is his battery. Very strong, actually. Not the shortest cooldown, because it's 50% on an archer. Actually pretty good. Pretty strong skill right here. Third skill, again, is his defensive option, which is not bad. I mean, 1 turn evade, 1 turn invul. Always solid. Never amazing, but always very solid. But, because it's Eye of the Mind false, it also increases his crit damage, funnily enough. This is a 3-turn one. While it's not as big as this one, if you manage to stack these, you can get up to 152% crit damage from his skills alone, which is insane. Riding C, sadly not higher, but still, he has riding. Most archers don't, right? I don't think so, at least. So even just having this helps a lot, because he's definitely a quick servant. Definitely. So, not bad. This also, very good. Oh yeah, 162%. My bad. I forgot about this, of course. So with his skills in this, you can get so much crit damage. And then, of course, his MP, that just does a ridiculous amount of damage. It's nice that it also ignores evasion, although in most cases, obviously, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and this is not bad, actually. 20% crit down for 3 turns. For challenge content, let's be honest, he's picked for challenging content. Again, definitely not a farm servant. It's good. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. It's a good OC, I would say. Just really strong. You need damage. You're going against a Saber boss. Right. You would pick Billy. Very solid option. Wait, is this Achievement Hunter again? Who am I listening to? Oh, from Pancakes. It's a musical. Alright. I don't think he's quite EX, but he's a very solid choice. I think it's fair that Bedivere and him are in the same tier, because let's be honest, they're both there for damage. Like, you just pick them for damage. They're kind of selfish in that, I mean, Bedivere has some team utility, but then also Billy does more damage, so They're mostly just for damage. Still good, very good. Oh my god. And we have Blackbeard. Another meme. Gameplay wise, actually not a total meme. Character wise, 100% memes. But you know what? I think Blackbeard doesn't get as much recognition as he, should get. He's not terrible, but the thing is, there's a lot of different options, and most people would not pick Blackbeard over the other options, but he's not bad. Okay, so for a 2-star, his attack is definitely above average. His MP gain, average, or if not slightly higher. It's not amazing either. Voyager of the Storm, it's not an amazing skill, even on like SSRs. It's an okay skill. This is like an alternative to your mana burst. It helps that they're different, like these scale multiplicatively. I don't know how to say that word, but you know what I mean, because they're different types of buffs, so it kind of helps. It's still basically a mana burst, which is party wide. Not amazing, not terrible. His second skill is pretty good, actually. He's one of the... This skill is the only one... I think Yuri Pirates also have this on Summon Form. It's the only one in this game that gives you infinite guts. What I mean with infinite guts, it never expires. Never. Until you die or until the buff is removed, it will stay. So you just pop this turn 1, 5-turn cooldown, you might have another guts. Or 2, if you're really lucky. It's really good. It's an infinite guts. It never expires. It's cool. The attack buff, not bad either, because again, it's a 3-turn attack buff and 5-turn cooldown, effectively a 2-turn downtime. This kind of sucks. Let's be honest. So he's gonna basically get hit with everything. It is what it is. Then we have his very unique third skill, which is a party heal, but it also gives double the amount of heal for females. If you're running females with him, you get a 4k heal. It's okay. It's definitely okay. It's pretty good for healing. Healing itself is not very strong, but this is not bad. Shitty magic resistance, nothing else, and his MP. After the buff, it's not bad. The OC is very awkward because it's a very low chance for the drain, but granted, it is AoE, so it's a bit better in that sense. Blackbeard doesn't care about gender as long as they're cute. True, true. Get 10 crit stars and decent damage. But yeah, he's not a farm servant, so it's kind of awkward to place him here. You wouldn't really use him in farm. So what would you use him for? I guess it leaves for the tryhard content then, and let's be honest, there are some better options there, but he is still usable. Very usable, but again, nothing amazing in terms of gameplay. Yeah, you would probably pick someone else, but hey, I think he's still a C tier servant. His kit is okay, and for what he does it okay. He's like the definition of okay, right? So I think C is very fair. He's just okay. Alright. Okay, let's look at one of my guilty pleasures, which is Boudica. And I'm talking about gameplay, by the way, okay? I mean, I do appreciate her, for a waifu tier list as well, but I'm talking gameplay here. I actually like using her. For her, it doesn't actually matter that her attack is not high, but she has a good HP for a 3-star, which is good, because she's a support. This stat line for a support is pretty good. Her MP gain, it's slightly above average, definitely. Better than average, yes. This skill used to be tied for like the worst skill in the game, but last year they finally gave her a buff to this skill, so it's not bad anymore. So, I mean, this, again, pretty useless, but on a 5-turn cooldown, your team gets a 50% crit buff for 3 turns, effectively a 2-turn downtime. A very solid support skill now. Pretty good. There is one awkward thing, though. She's a rider, so she's gonna be eating a lot of those stars. Again, it's the same argument with, like, Rhinus for a support tier list. Being a rider is very awkward because you will be eating a lot of stars. Unless you have a reliable source of getting a lot of stars, it's still not amazing. thing to have on a rider support, but still, not bad at all. Second skill, I mean, Guts is definitely the worst option when it comes to defensive options on your support, in my opinion. I mean, it's better than having none, but it's just a Guts. It's nothing else. It's a Guts. I guess it's something. It's not amazing, but it's there. Her third skill, actually very good. Very good skill. Again, effectively a 2-turn downtime, 20% T-Mart swipe buff. Good, just a solid skill. Again, not amazing, but a very solid skill. Both this and the buffed first skill make for some solid team buffs, making her a very viable support, even without her MP. Passives, this is kind of useless, sadly. This is low rank, doesn't do much. Her MP, actually a very solid support MP. If you actually run her with Mashu, if you use like both of their MPs in one turn, you could actually tank MPs because you have the extra bonus defense. For MP5, you get 20% on base. If you combine with Mashu, one of them is going to get OC'd, so even if you only get her to a 100%, like you do her MP first, that's 40% up. Hell, you might not even need Mashu MP as well. You could just use her first skill with this MP. That's a lot of defense up. You could tank some MPs, so yeah. And the attack buff is also pretty nice. In short, she's just a slightly more awkward version of Camelot Mashu, but she's still okay. Just an okay support. But again, everyone has Mashu, so then there's that argument. It's hard to say. But she's okay. But how okay? Is B too much though? She might still be in C. I mean, you could run both Mashu and Boudica, like I said. So then there's a good combo. You run Mashu, Boudica, and maybe some crit DPS like Billy or something. And hey, that's a pretty strong front line. Although maybe you would want your DPS. Okay, yeah, then there's that's the other thing. Because she buffs crits and also arts. That kind of leaves you in an awkward spot. Because you would hopefully want both of those to be effective on your DPS, and arts critters are not that common, sadly. I think she's C. After the buff, she's C. She's an okay support. I think D is too harsh. If this was Boudica before her first skill was buffed, I would agree with a D. But after the buff, I think C is fair. Ooh, one of my guilty pleasures in terms of gameplay. I love Caligula. He's so fun to use. He's just pure damage. You could even ignore his MP and you'll be fine. Again, for a 2-star, very good attack. Very good attack for a 2-star. MP gain, it's pretty bad considering his deck. Gorilla deck, so you're obviously hoping for damage, which you will get actually. First skill, 30% attack for 3 turns. I mean, this kind of won't make a huge difference if it's 10%, because he's kind of weak anyway as a 2-star berserker, you know? So it's not a huge demerit. Second skill, even more attack. Granted, it's RNG, which I hate because it's Imperial Privilege. But let's look, you can get up to 70% attack, and then his third skill, even more damage. You can get up to 50% buster after 1 turn. If you land all these buffs, and you have this BBB chain, and if by some god's miracle you happen to even get some crits, he hits insanely hard. Like I don't know if you guys have seen the numbers he's capable of. It's insane. Even without crits, if you land all these buffs and you get a juicy buster chain, that's a lot of damage. And he has a high madness enhancement as well, which helps. His MP, let's be honest, his MP might as well not exist. You would definitely never pick him because of his MP. But his MP is very good if you somehow manage to get him to work in a stall comp. And let's be honest, that's not gonna happen. But for stall, it's really good. Because MP seal for 3 turns on every enemy. That means for 3 turns, they won't get a tick. That's so huge for delay. Like the skill seal, sure, it's okay. It's also 3 turns, but the MP seal's the thing. They would not get ticks for 3 turns. That's actually nuts. I mean, sure, from skills they would, but I'm talking about the ones they get at the end of every turn. But yeah, for the purposes he's made of, which is DPS, his MP doesn't really do anything. You don't even ever use this. but it doesn't still matter. He's still a good DPS. He's cheap, so if you're like filling your team with like 5-star Cs and other units, and you're like, oh shit, I don't have, my cost is running low, but I could use more damage in case shit hits the fan, you can absolutely throw Caligula at the end of your party. He comes to the field, you might even give him to like some temporary damage buff for like 3 turns or something. You activate his skills and go nuts for 1 turn. That's a lot of damage. Very niche, but a very high potential DPS. Yeah, his MP looks pretty cool in arcade, I agree. Yeah, honestly, for what he does, I'm putting Caligula in B. Now, that might be highly controversial. I truly believe he has a lot of potential, and I've definitely seen it myself too. He's not a meme at all. He's legit. Yo, Peeper. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. A new sub. How about that? Thank you so much, dude. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah. Alright. Oh, ooh. Next one. We have... Oh. Where is it? Come on. It was there. I guess it doesn't want to suggest stuff to me anymore. Alright, let's just search for Ku then. There it is. Ku Caster. Now, this is one of the things I was actually arguing with Lily about. I think she placed Ku Caster too low. I think he's very solid. So let's look at him. Attack-wise, it's average-ish. Nothing amazing. His MP gain can be very good. He has the generic caster deck with 1 hit, but look at his number. It's crazy. If you creep with an arts card, even 1 hit, that's a lot of MP gains. It's pretty good. And on top of that, he has a battery, which is very nice. He has a up to 30% battery on a 5-turn cooldown. Pretty solid. And, I mean, on a caster, the crit damage, it's not that big. Let's be honest, you probably pop this on cooldown for a battery, if anything. It is a big number, yes. It's not very useful, though. Debuff resistance, it's okay. Again, 2-turn downtime and a 50% debuff resistance. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But yeah, you'll probably only use this for the battery, mainly. And hope these work as well. Hey, thanks, no. Oh, dude, I'm sorry you didn't get your E1, man. But he should be coming back on Thanksgiving, I think, because I don't think we'll get the other banner otherwise. So you can have another chance, man. Alright, his second skill, of course, it's protection from arrows. One of the best defensive skills in the entire game, hands down. Not only do you get the 3-hit evade, but you also get a defense buff for 3 turns. And it's on a very short 5-turn cooldown. It's amazing. It's just real good. Just a god tier defensive skill. Not much there to say. Is like many Kus, he has a disengage. Wait, does every Ku have a disengage? Wait, no. Yes. Does Proto Ku have? I should know this. Everyone else has. I don't remember, but yeah. Disengage. Not a bad skill. Not amazing. Oh, Ku Alter, right? Of course. Right, of course. My memory is not that amazing, but yeah. Yeah, it's not amazing. It's an okay defensive skill. Makes him more of a cockroach, I guess. It's okay. Nothing amazing. This helps with his MP gain. This helps with his damage. It's a good rank divinity, by the way, as well. His MP, this is actually not an NA yet, but it does. This was much needed. He used to be like a wet sponge. He didn't do a lot of damage. That was the main issue. His damage was not great. Sure, he was a cockroach, but he's definitely still a DPS. But this buff was much needed. It helps a lot. It gives you a buster buff. What is this song? Okay. Wait, is this... Interesting. Alright. Yeah, you get a buster buff before damage, and of course you get it just increased the modifier as well with the buff, so this was much needed. The OC, nothing to yell about, but hey, can do a good chunk of damage now. Oh my god, this song. Soviet anthem, Girls in Panzer. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Alright, yeah. Oh, he's just really solid. He's not amazing tier, but he's just really solid. I think he's a good A. Now, Lily's list has had like A and A plus separately, and I said he was A plus, so I still think that's the case. I don't have pluses though, so he's still A in my list. I would not place him in EX, but he's very solid at what he does. You can even kind of use him in farm, because he has a small battery, so... But you would probably mainly use him in challenging content. So he's good on both. Not amazing, but good. Oh man. Oh man, you used to be quite average or slightly above average, but man, what the hell is that MP buff? Okay, before we get to that, let's look at him. Good attack, very good attack for a 3-star. MP gain, pretty good, pretty good. Sadly, only one arts card, so it's kind of average-ish because of that. Hit counts pretty low too, but yeah, it's kind of average. Tactics pretty bad, like with Bedivere, he shares this skill. I think his is one rank higher, I believe, though. Not that it makes a huge difference at all. It's still a pretty bad skill. Second skill, a mid-rank charisma. Again, nothing amazing. It's okay, but definitely better skills out there. Third skill is his interesting one that actually got even buffed once. The demerit is kind of annoying, actually. It's 20% defense down for 3 turns, which can make a difference, and it will make a difference in most cases. But you get a lot of stuff out of it. Like, the buff added 100% star generation for 3 turns. That's a big buff right there. Pretty damn good. Yeah, I suppose you could use him as a damage support due to these 2 skills, because he's also cheap, but I'm gonna focus on DPS here, because that's definitely what he's... At least after the buffs, so... And this is targeted, so you can give it to any ally. So if you're running double DPS and you have like someone who has a really good star generation, let's be honest, he also has a pretty good star generation because he's a quick saber, so... It's still a good skill. It's still a very solid skill despite the demerit. His passives, riding B, very solid for, again, he's a quick servant, so this helps a lot. This is also nice, sadly low rank, but hey, it's better than nothing, which most servants have. Magic resistance C, average, but hey, it's there. Now, this is crazy. What the hell is this buff? It's actually nuts. This buff is crazy. I swear, I don't know, they just tuned the numbers so crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna start explaining the MP because it's kind of complicated, but let's just say he can get so many damage buffs for his MP. It's crazy. It's insane. You can get so many damage buffs. Oh, I still haven't uploaded my Caesar highlight, by the way. I will upload that this week, I think. Maybe even tomorrow, actually, because I'm not uploading rolls. It's insane. You will see what he's capable of. Let's just say he, as a 3-star, is capable of doing more damage with his MP than some MP5 4-stars single targets. He can get some insane numbers going. I don't know what they were thinking. It's insane. Also, NRDL, thank you so much for the brand new sub as well. And with that, I actually met my daily sub goal. Thank you so much. Oh wow, it doesn't even stop. We have Pablo as well with the Twitch Prime. Dude, thank you so much, guys. You're being very nice today, I have to say. Wow. Much love, guys. Thank you. But yeah, he's insane. His damage is through the roof. He's definitely the hardest hitting 3-star in the game now. 100%. Because of his insane MP buff, I have to place him in EX. Look no further if you need damage. Just look no further. He's just amazing at that now. He's broken as hell. He's insane. He's kind of a low EX, but he's still insane. Just absolutely insane. Then we have, again, one of my personal favorites in Columbus. A lot of you guys don't actually probably even have him, because he's never had a raid up, by the way. Never. So you either have to get him from a story summon, from a Singularity banner, or from Class banner or Chaldea Boys. He's never had an actual raid up, ever, which is weird. But yeah, he's actually not bad at all. He's pretty good. I think mine is MP2 on NA and MP1 on JP, sadly. Maybe I'll get some more copies someday. Attack, pretty average for a 3-star. MP gain, again, pretty average with his deck and numbers. Deck, much like Blackbeard, has a Voyager. I think this is the same rank too, even. So it's not amazing. It's not bad. It's okay. Wait, what is? I know this melody. What is this? Oh, Dragon Ball. Ooh, nostalgia. His guts is different from Blackbeard's though, because his comes with an MP battery. Granted, his is not infinite and doesn't come with an attack buff, but hey, the MP battery is pretty good. 30% MP, pretty good. Pretty good. You can definitely farm with him because of this. I used to farm doors with him. His third skill, actually very strong. Very strong skill right here. Sadly, a 6-turn cooldown. I would have preferred a 5-turn cooldown, let's be honest. So it's still not amazing, but it's still very good. You get a up to 20% buster for 3 turns. Not bad at all. Not amazing, but not bad. Good, good. And a nice chunk of stars for that turn that you use it on. Just a good skill. Just a really solid skill. He had a raid up on Charlotte banners last summer. Did he now? Oh, well, color me wrong then. Riding B, again, pretty useless, let's be honest. Magic Resistance D, low rank, doesn't do much, but it's there. And his MP, which actually, it hasn't been buffed on NA yet, but it has on JP, and we do consider JP buffs here, so it didn't add anything new, but it made his values really big. In fact, if you look at his OC, it's very strong now. Very strong. On every enemy, you put at least a minus 50% crit down for 3 turns. That's very strong, actually. Crits can be very deadly on a lot of challenging content, so that's a very strong OC. We haven't had that many strong OC effects on these servants so far, and this is definitely one of the top ones of all 3 stars, I believe. We'll have the best one later, but it's very good. Does a good chunk of damage too, in addition if you use his Conquistador and his Voyager. Capable of good damage too. Again, you can use him on farm, he's okay on farm, and you could use him in challenging content too. He's just good. With his MP buff, I think he might even be in the A tier. He's just solid. Sadly hard to MP5. If you can MP5 him, again, this list assumes MP5. I should point that out. I assume you have MP5 here, okay? Even if it's hard to get them. Just so it's fair. Because let's be honest, someone like Billy, he's a free MP5, so of course you assume. But then if we have to do other 3 stars as well, you kind of have to assume as well. I think it's only fair. Even if it's hard to get it, it's only fair. That's what I did last time too, I believe. Alright, still have a lot to go. You know what? I don't have to even. I don't have to. You guys know. Who doesn't know Ku? Everyone knows Ku. He's amazing. He's definitely one of the best, if not the best 3-star servant in the game to this date. He's nuts. He's unkillable. He does good damage. He's nuts. He's nuts. Actually nuts. There's nothing. I don't have to say anything regarding to Ku. He's actually nuts. He might be the best 3-star servant in the game, even today. Alright, let's just move on. Ooh, again, another servant I so much enjoy using. Sadly, his buff is not on NA yet, but it's very good. We have Cursed Arm Hassan with a pretty solid attack for a 2-star servant. Definitely above average. MP gain, not bad. Triple quick deck. Is this our first assassin? I think it is. It is. Okay. So, yeah. And I should, now that we're on assassin, I should talk star generation. Hassan here actually has pretty good star generation compared to other assassins. It's not top tier, but it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. MP gain also not bad. Now, this skill used to be... It's still better than Instinct, because it's a very short cooldown. But when this buff hits NA, oh man, this is so strong. It's crazy. 4-turn cooldown, you get stars immediately after you use it. You get stars after 1 turn. Effectively, every other turn, you get 15 stars. Because it's 2 turns of downtime and 2 turns of active time. So for those active turns, you get 15 stars per turn. That's nuts. This skill is very, very strong when it's buffed. It's so good. I will absolutely max this to 10 when it arrives to NA. Very good. Then we have his self... Again, this is a very awkward skill. I mean, sure, it's an okay number and it's a short cooldown for 3 turns, but... I would not even consider him that much of a crit servant. He's there for star generation, surviving, and just being annoying. this doesn't really add too much to his kit. It's not bad, but it's kind of awkward. Third skill, amazing. Just a different version of protection from arrows, because it's protection from wind, which instead of defense up gives you star generation, which obviously fits him better. So hey, it's still a god tier skill, let's be honest. Also a 5 turn cooldown for 3 attacks. Amazing, absolutely a god tier defensive skill. Can't go wrong. Presence Concealment A+, very strong on him. Increases his star generation, which was already very solid. Oh yeah, it's Oatsign, I believe. Nice. Haven't heard Fade Zero songs in a while. Yeah, it's just very good. And his MP, while still unbuffed, it's okay. It's kind of the weaker side. Definitely on the weaker side when it comes to single target quick MPs. It doesn't even get buffed on modifier. And let's be honest, the insta-kill is in most cases absolutely useless. But still, despite his kind of a lackluster MP, looking at his kit and numbers and what he's capable of, which is mainly a star generator that's very annoying and hard to kill, he's super strong. He's definitely very strong. I would place him in A tier. Just a very strong assassin. If his MP was stronger, he might be EX. Maybe they'll buff it someday. Maybe with Heaven's Sphere or something. Because it's still unbuffed. It's kind of a shame. It's not very strong. But everything else besides his MP, very good. Very good. Alright. Okay. That's an interesting one. A Servant I feel like almost no one ever uses. We have Darius. Good attack. Very good attack, in fact, for a 3-star. Definitely on the very top side of 3 stars. Which I guess makes sense, he's a Berserker. Gorilla deck, of course. MP gain. Just average. Nothing amazing. Kind of hard to get him MP because of his deck. Which makes his first skill really awkward, huh? Yeah, a Golden Rule and a Gorilla deck, huh? Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. That's very awkward. You can't use channel points. Wait, what? Are you saying it's time? Oh my god. Why can you not? Okay, I'll look at it soon, okay? Yeah, this skill is awkward. It doesn't really add too much to him. Disengage. I guess it's an okay defensive option. But for Berserkers, the heal is... He's gonna get hit by this. Like every time, if not more. Usually more, probably, so... If anything, it's there to remove debuffs. And then you have... In a lot of ways, he's like, oh, I wanna be like Ku, but you're not like Ku. You could be way more off from Ku. Oh man, Darius. Madness in SB. Pretty good though, pretty good, because he's a Gorilla deck with a Gorilla MP, so yeah. Is this buff on NA yet? I don't remember actually. But yeah, his MP actually does good damage. Kind of a weak OC, let's be honest. Not amazing, but good damage. Would you ever pick him though over someone else? I don't know. It's a hard question. I don't think you would pick him that often. Because he's definitely not for farm. And where else would you really pick him? I don't know. Yeah, he's not terrible, but yeah, I think he's the first one to go to D tier. He can do damage, but he definitely needs a lot of support to be able to do that. Yeah. Not a terrible servant, but not an amazing one either. Just definitely above, or not above, below average. Oh man, well, I kind of want to talk about David, even though I shouldn't, because let's be honest, David definitely a god tier servant. He even has an insanely high attack. And he's a support. Well, he's an offensive support, but still. MP gain, pretty good actually. Very good. With his deck and numbers, pretty good MP gain. So already, very good. Looking at this side alone, he's very good. Then we have his first skill, which I believe is unique. Oh, it's Bakamita again, huh? Alright, honestly, this is very good. This is like, I mean, he doesn't really have a hard defensive skill. He does, but this helps a lot as well. Because you might not even need to use the dodge. If you can, like, pair him with Mashu, he can probably take MPs with her skill 1 and his skill 1 alone. Heal is okay too. Short cooldown, pretty solid. Not amazing, but pretty solid. Second skill, of course, this is basically why you would pick him. His skill is amazing. Everyone knows how good Harp of Healing is. It's... I mean, sure, it's one attack. But if you're fighting like one target that has like an AoE MP, this is a god tier defensive skill. It's just that amazing. You will make sure your entire party takes no damage, while they can maybe even save their defensive skills. Or if they don't have any defensive skills, this is a good way to help them out, you know? It's very good. I guess this is okay. Let's be honest, this mostly doesn't come into play, but it's nice to have, I guess. And a small heal, very small, pretty insignificant. You only max this, let's be honest, you only max this for the cooldown anyway. This is the thing you would do it for. Still a very good skill. And a above average charisma, which I guess fits to his offensive support role. So hey, his kit, pretty good, pretty damn good. I guess that is okay, because he can be at EPS. This is a pretty good magic resistance, yeah. His MP can hit, even without a buff, can still hit very hard. It's a buster without, I mean, it's a good modifier. Ignores evasion, nice bonus. Skill seal guaranteed, unless debuff resistance comes into play. Can be pretty strong as well. Just amazing. Just an amazing servant. You can even run, even if you're not running comms with like low stars only, you can absolutely use David with like, in addition to like gold servants. He's just super good. I hope this is not controversial, but in my opinion, he's an EX tier servant. He's amazing. He's just definitely top 5 3-star servants in my opinion, even to this day. Of all of them, all the new ones and everything, he's still a god tier one. He's just really good. Check Discord. Alright, let me see. Wait, did I set like a wrong limit to it? Okay, let me see. Short. Oh, no. Okay. I didn't mean to open it there. I'm gonna open up my control panel on the other monitor. Okay, let me see, let me see. I'm gonna make sure the things work as intended, which is point rewards. Okay, I assume it's the gacha multi-roll. God damn it. It says there's a max number of redemptions, but it's 1. Okay, I'll remove that for now because I don't think anyone else will use it, and if they will, I will just refund them. So let's see if this works. Okay. Yeah, I guess you can try now. I'm already afraid, but alright. Here we go. Wait, this is the wrong one. This is the FA list. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll do the FA tier list maybe on Friday. Okay, Diarmuid. I don't have a super good opinion about Diarmuid, but let's see. Just, this is like a quick review as well, if anything. His stats, okay attack, nothing amazing, okay. MP gain seems okay, again, not amazing, but okay, acceptable. Oh my god, he did it. There it is. He fucking did it. It's the first ever. It's the first ever gacha multi-roll. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Anastasia or Ivan? Well, I'm definitely going for Ivan then. Are you kidding me, dude? Do I do it immediately or after the list? You know what? Can I do it at the end of the stream? Is that okay? Can we do the list and then I'll do it at the end of the stream? I think I should. If you're okay with that. You can do it at the end. I think I should. My luck is definitely better at the end of the stream. I'm just gonna continue on with the list, okay? Yeah, I'll do it like that. I'm gonna have to do a multi for Ivan, YZ, because Yolomi here used the first ever command seal for gacha multi, which costs you 100,000 channel points. The first ever to receive that much points. So yeah, we'll do it at the end of the stream, okay? We're gonna get some hype. But yeah, let's look at Diarmuid. Mindsight Ruby, decent, definitely a above average defensive skill. Again, 1-turn evasion is always solid, but you also get a 3-turn defense buff, which at rank B it's not amazing, but it's okay. It's better than nothing, you know? Just an above average defensive skill. His love spot is very awkward. I mean, sure, actually, you could pick Diarmuid against females. That's a good minus, because this you can use this to neutralize MPs up to minus 50% on females. That's nothing to scoff at, but again, it only works on females, so You would probably not pick him otherwise. Then we have his third skill, which I think is unique. Unless this was Fion's skills before it got upgraded. I don't think it was. Own star generation up. Good number. Not amazing, but good. But again, his star generation, it's not good to begin with. And he only has 2 quick cards with low numbers. So this doesn't do too much. He's still, even with this active, his star generation is not good. If anything, it's okay at best, but it's not good. B magic resistance, not amazing, but okay. Nice to have. His MP after the buff deals a lot of damage, actually. When I used Diarmu during randomizer, I was surprised. His MP does a lot of damage, actually. It's very strong for damage. And buff removal. Very strong thing to have. Sadly, single target, but still very good thing to have. OC, again, it's a joke. I don't know why they do this. This OC makes no difference in anything. But hey, at least it has this, so it's not basically just damage. This is just useless. It's useless. But hey, if you're fighting females, like a female archers, he's solid. Not amazing, but definitely usable. So I think he's C tier. But I'm again here. I'm assuming the way he's intended to be used. Okay, I try to place servants at how good they do the things they're supposed to do, and he's definitely meant to fight females. So he's okay with that. He's okay. It's not a very specific niche. Female is, when it comes to niches, is not super rare, but it's definitely, of course, it's still a niche, right? But yeah. He's not terrible. Definitely not terrible. But, like, compare him to Ku and it's like night and day, right? Ooh, Eric. Most people don't even know who you are, and for a good reason. 2-star Berserker Eric. Attack above average, maybe, or just average for 2-star. MP gain, again, with the Buster deck, you won't be really MPing anyway. It's definitely below average with his deck. His supporting cost, this, yeah, if anything, you'll pick him for this skill. I pick him sometimes for like arts comps because he's cheap, and you can get some deep. You can get up to 30% defense down. If, let's be honest, the only reason you would ever pick him is for this skill. That's it. But it's not a bad skill. After the buff, it's not a bad skill. This is okay. Sadly, it's a really awkward 2 turns, so you gotta plan ahead accordingly. It's not 3 turns, it's not 1 turn, it's 2 turns. It's really awkward. Second skill, just a solid guts, I guess, but is it gonna matter? I don't know. His unique third skill, which is a debuff removal that increases max HP. I mean, basically, you can see this as a better version of a heal, basically. I mean, sure, you can remove this buff, but you can use this on full HP, which, in my opinion, is better than the demerit of being able to lose it via buff removal. So it's just a stronger heal. It's not bad, I guess. You can get him to 10k HP for what it's worth. He'll still probably die in 1 crit, but, you know. Okay, enhancement and his MP. I didn't actually know it had the demerits. I did not know this. Alright, damage-wise, it's okay. And actually quite sizable attack buff before. I did not even know what his OC was. Okay, so he can do some okay damage, but why would you ever pick him? Let's be honest. There's just so many different options out there. I'm still not placing him in E, because his supporting cost still makes him for a really niche pick. So he has a use. That's basically why I put him to D. There is some very specific reason why you might want to pick him, and it's that. So it's like a D minus, okay? A D minus. E is too cruel. Then we have a really, really good one in Uriel Chan. Attack above average for a 3-star servant. MP gain, pretty good actually, and she has a very good arts buff as well, so that helps. Very good. Her vampire skill, it's not guaranteed drain on max rank, sadly, but the battery is okay. Again, not an amazing battery, but pretty good. This skill overall is a pretty good skill, I would say. It's pretty good. This it is 100% on males, and let's be honest, you will never pick Uriel unless you're fighting males. So assume that you're always fighting males. So in that sense, pretty good actually. you're guaranteed to land a stun on max rank, unless debuff resistance comes into play. But hey, it's still a pretty good chance. So a solid skill in that regard. Third skill, very good, very strong. Many people have this self buff for 3 turns of a card type and it's 5-turn cooldown, but they have 20%. She has a 30% one, so this is definitely on the top side of these kinds of buffs. Very good, and considering it fits her kit really well. Good magic resistance combined with the insane version of Divinity, which also gives her debuff resistance, meaning she has 50% debuff on base value. That's insane. That's insane. I think that might be the best in the entire game, if I'm not mistaken here, in terms of like general debuff resistance. Like, I know some servants have like 100% resistance against charm, but I'm talking general debuff resistance against everything. That's very good. I guess this helps. You won't really use her for crits, but hey, it's not bad. And then, of course, the reason you pick her is her MP. It's the anti-male MP. It's basically... There's a lot of arguments between Uriel and Orion, but I'm not gonna get to that. Let's just say Uriel still does her job insanely well. She's just really good. Has a lot of extra damage against male targets. Base damage is the 100%, but the MP level scales the extra damage. Also reduces their attack, which is just being annoying, which is always good. And a second charm, which is, again, 100% base. Just how more can you cuck a male servant or male enemy besides Uriel? She's like the anti-male. The anti-anti-male. Sure, Orion has one anti-male skill, but let's be honest. Uriel is still the anti-male servant. And I think Lily placed her in A, but I'm placing her in EX. Because, again, my list is based on how good the servant does what they're supposed to do. And no one else does it better against males than Uriel. It's not even a competition, especially on a low star list. Again, this is a low star list. These ranks would, if this was like an overall list, I might consider, but this is a low star list. She's definitely top tier. Definitely top tier. Okay, I think this next one, aka Fergus, he's kind of underrated as well. He doesn't get enough love. Again, very good attack for a 3-star. MP charge per attack. Considering his gorilla deck, it's not very good. In fact, it might be slightly below average. It's hard to MP with him, sadly. But he's definitely used with supports. His first skill, not bad at all. Effectively a 2-turn downtime on a 30% attack buff and 40% mental debuff resistance. Not a bad skill, not amazing, but solid skill. His second skill, again, very awkward with his first skill, because you have to use this first, otherwise this will probably whiff. I mean, it's a 50% chance to whiff, but yeah, you definitely have to use this first. The defense buff, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Just a decent defensive skill. And of course, then he has a hard defensive skill, which is always good. And it's a really high rank of Mindsight True. Higher than Diarmuid even. 20% defense for 3 turns. So combined, effectively 45% defense for 3 turns. Now that is a good number. That is very good. So combined, it's very good. And of course, individually, this skill is still a very, very, very strong defensive skill. Solid magic resistance, not bad. Riding B, pretty useless. His MP though, ooh, here we go. He does a lot of damage, in case you didn't know. He can actually do more damage than many 4-star sabers. Easily, I would say. Maybe unless you have like MP 5 4-stars, then they will probably shit on him, but he can absolutely rival some. Very good damage. Sadly, the defense down happens after the damage. Quite unfortunate, but still, considering he has an okay attack buff. And because he has a gorilla deck, you can quite often get a full Buster Brave Chain with his MP. And for those of you who didn't know, if you manage to get a Buster Brave Chain on a servant, the extra attack gets an insane damage bonus. It's crazy. Like, starting with a Buster on a Brave Chain makes the extra hit harder, but if every single card in your Brave Chain is a buster, it goes even higher. It's crazy. It's very good. I guess this doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. OC not very good, but hey. A lot of people overlook him. Oh my god, is this sad ending again? But yeah, he's really good. It's a hard one. I can't decide between C or B. It's a hard one. He's just, again, he's not really a farm servant. I don't think so. Not with a gorilla deck and no battery. No, not farm. But, wait, is this a different version of the song? Is this even more sad? Oh my god. Oh, it's a hard one. I think I can still place him. He's like a B minus. I think he's B. He's still good. Above average, so yeah. Yeah. You might disagree, but fair enough. Ooh, dude, okay. We have fucking Kotaro, right? Yeah. Names. Good attack, actually. Sadly an assassin, so it's a bit weaker, but hey, not bad at all. MP gain. Slightly above average, I believe. Not bad at all. Star generation. Now, oh my god. Let's talk, first of all, let's talk Kotaro star generation. He is insane. Outside of Jack, he might be one of the highest star generators in the game. I'm not even joking. He is insane in star generation. He can generate so many stars, it's crazy. If you haven't tried him, please do. You'll be surprised. I even have a solo showcase. You can watch that. You can see how many stars he can generate. Now, wait. Oh yeah, that was upgraded. So yeah, his first skill. That was a motorcycle. First skill. Pretty good for being annoying. You get every enemy minus 10% attack, up to 20% crit. All 3 turns, 5-turn cooldown, effectively 2-turn downtime. Solid, you know, stall skill. Not bad, not amazing, but okay. His second skill is pretty damn good because it's targeted. It makes a pretty big difference that the 1-turn evasion is targeted. But let's be honest, you most often use it for himself because it also increases your star generation. And yeah, he's already nuts star generation and will get even more nuts with this. And then his third skill. Now, this used to be kind of a joke, but oh my god. After this skill was buffed, it's insanely good. Like this skill, like this, it's kind of weak. I mean, he has a lot of debuffs, so it definitely helps, but look at this. This is insane. I don't know how many of you guys know about this, but it's insane. So, this happens first, by the way. So, you reduce the debuff resistance of all enemies up to 100%, meaning you're pretty much guaranteed to land your other debuffs, which includes these two. This defense down for 3 turns up to 20%, and a one-time buff block. Okay, it's one time. It's permanent until they get a buff. So it doesn't even it doesn't have like a 3-turn expiration time or anything. This is an insane skill, and considering his MP also comes with debuffs, it's a god tier skill for him. So now not only is he a budget Jack, but he's also a budget Shuten, like a master debuffer as well. It's crazy, and of course very high rank in Presence Concealment. Just very good on his kit, just really solid, and his MP was also buffed. This might be on NA yet? I don't remember. Yeah, I think this is. Good damage. So this happens after the MP, but yeah, it's even more defense down on top of this, up to a 40% down. It's pretty nuts. And Confusion, it's not of the strongest debuffs, but again, it's very annoying, so it's not bad at all. It's not the super strong OC, but it's pretty nice. You can actually stack so many debuffs with this guy, it's crazy. But yeah, his main use, of course, besides being a debuffer now, is also, or mainly, star generation, and he does that super well. I might even place him in EX. Just what he does so well. He's very good. Just a top tier assassin, honestly. Just really good. Is EX too high? I don't think so. He's just really good. Like, his kit overall has insane synergy. And for what he's supposed to do, he just does it really well. With my criterias, again, for what they do, I think it's fair to put him in EX. Oh, the music is kind of low. Oh, Memeland, you can adjust the volume if it's too low. Oh, okay, so from EX we go to Oh man. Oh man, Geronimo. Attack, kind of average. MP gain, maybe slightly above average. Yeah. He doesn't actually have a triple arch deck like most casters. And of course, everyone knows his skills. It's... what the fuck is this? What is this? Quite possibly... in combination, I'm not talking about any single skill, but in total, if you look at all three skills, quite possibly the worst skill set in the entire game. Sure, this one, this is okay, because it's actually a very sizable mana burst. Now, a 50% arts buff, that's nothing to scoff at. It's really good for his MP, also helps with MP gain. But especially the quick one. What the fuck is this? He has one quick card. It's a joke. It's just a bad joke. It makes no sense. I mean, I guess they wanted the trifecta, but it's so stupid. This is not bad, but it's very awkward as well. This is good. This is good. This passive is good on him. Is this useless as well? I think no. It has. He did have this. Okay, so his MP actually okay damage after the buff. This is okay, I suppose. Okay for delay, and you know, hard content. Party heal, party debuff resistance for 3 turns. Quite small number, but it's 3 turns. You know, his MP does a lot of stuff. It actually does a lot of stuff. It's not huge numbers in anything, but it does a lot of stuff. But besides, oh my god, it's hard. It's... oh man, I don't know. It's just it's such a tragic servant, honestly. It's just a tragic one. Is E too harsh? I'm tempted to put him in D because he's not absolutely useless. I think E is too harsh. Yeah, E is too harsh. It's just that there's just so many better options. With his MP and his 50% arts mana burst, I think he's D because he can definitely do some damage with his MP. But yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all he has. So... oh man, look at that for a while. That is Jillcaster. Yikers. I mean, good meme value. Gotta love the dude, right? His attack, slightly on the lower side. MP gain, it's alright. It's not amazing, but it's alright. His mental pollution, it works with his kit surprisingly. He actually can get up to 100% debuff resistance with a 2-turn downtime, which is not bad, but you know. And you know, that's not, I mean, considering he has debuffs, it's not the worst thing to have. But then, okay, here we go. Here's the thing. This skill is actually the worst skill in the entire game, and I'm not even joking. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's the worst skill in the game. It's so bad. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. But look at this. It's an E- artistic aesthetic. You can't get a worse rank than that. At max rank, minus 11% MP damage down. Okay, so look at all these, like these requirements. Reduce 1 enemy servant's MP damage for 1 turn. It makes no difference. There's so many requirements. 1 target has to be a servant. MP damage only, not fuck attack or anything. Like even a 3-turn attack down would be so much better, let's be honest. And it's 1 turn. This is the worst skill in the entire game. And then, you know what? His 3rd skill is not bad at all. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's a very good annoyance skill. Sadly has a massive cooldown, which is a problem. But, you know, much like Abby, he has a terror skill. You're not even guaranteed a stun, by the way, even in the 5 turns. But wait, this ignores debuff success rate? Well, what the fuck is the point of his first skill then? I mean, I suppose his MP, but what? I thought it worked. Oh my! I mean, I guess it also ignores debuff resistance, so you know, it's still not a bad skill. It's okay. This is awkward on him considering his MP is Buster, but he also has a Buster deck, so it's not bad. And his MP. It's just okay damage at most. This is not bad, but it's not amazing either. He's just there to be annoying, but he's also a DPS, so it's kind of weird. It's really weird. It's just the way he's supposed to be used. It's so weird. He's just being an annoyance, but he's also supposed to do damage, which he doesn't really do well. He doesn't have any buffs to his damage, basically, besides this, and it's only for face cards, so... I don't... Whatever. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this quick. I shouldn't even have to do this, but let's talk Hans. Okay, Hans is amazing. Doesn't matter if he has a low attack. In fact, it's better if he has higher HP. MP gain, it's alright, it's not amazing, but let's talk skills. Okay, let's talk skills real quick. His first skill makes him a, it makes him a viable crit support. 2-turn downtime and a 40% party crit buffs, yes. Fucking huge battery with a 6-turn cooldown. You know what's funny, by the way? I just realized this like 2 days ago. Look at this. This is so weird. You might say, oh no, he has rank E, it sucks. Actually, look at this, look at this. Here we have Abikebron and Paracelsus. Yeah, sure, look at the numbers. 75, yes. But this is only 5% higher. But, little did you know, Hans has a better one. Look! He has 2 turns less cooldown. What the fuck is that? They both have 8 turns of cooldown, but he has 6. You only lose 5%, but you get 2 turns off. That's a so big win. I would trade that any day. That's crazy. So in fact, an E rank rapid words is better than high ranks. It makes no sense, but yeah, he has the best one. So yeah, I actually noticed that like yesterday, so that's crazy. It's really good. A high battery with a 6-turn cooldown, that's good. So then we have his... Okay, this skill used to be pretty meh, but oh my god, the buff. When this hits NA, oh my god, it's crazy. This is insane. This skill is insane. It's like the best innocent monster type of skill in the entire game. It's targeted. You can literally make your support an even better support with this. It's crazy. 15 stars per turn for 3 turns on effectively a 2-turn downtime. And you get your target 10% MP per turn, which is an MLB Prisma Cosmos. Hello? What is that? That's a free MLB Prisma Cosmos. It used to give him a defense down, and now it's an MLB Prisma Cosmos on a targeted. What is this buff? This buff is actually insane. It's one of the biggest buffs ever given into the game. But yeah, his passives, again, this really makes no difference. I suppose this is also here for lore, but yeah, it's a low rank, but it helps. And of course his MP is very, very strong. Now, I was talking about OC bonuses, and I said the strongest one was gonna happen later, and of course the strongest OC of them all is on Hans, because every single effect in the MP scales with OC, so the C, like the Kiara C is very good on him if the fight is not long. Sadly, not guaranteed, but hey, you can up this with... there's actually going to be several more servants with buff success rate up for teams, so you can actually up this to 100%, which is pretty damn good. But even at 80%, most of your buffs are going to land, and keep in mind, the heal for 3 turns is guaranteed always, so that's pretty good. Only these 3 buffs, the star rate, the defense, and attack, those are chance-based. The heal is always guaranteed. Yeah. I talked way more about Hans than I should have, but I just wanted to, so yeah, he's easy EX. Even amongst gold supports, he's still a god tier 1. Yeah, just... there you go. In case some people didn't know about Hans yet. And I guess many people didn't know about the rapid words, so yeah, you're welcome about that. And we have Hector. Actually, his animations are pretty cool nowadays. Attack, slightly above average. MP gain. It's average at best, I believe, if not slightly worse, with his deck and numbers. Now, he used to have a shitty version of Tactics. Just very awkward, but... with the start of Lost Belt 5, he was buffed with his animation update, so he has this now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's now a, in addition to being an offensive skill, it's a very good defensive skill as well. Party takes 1,000 damage less for 2 attacks, 3 turns. So it's kind of like a mini waiver, second skill. And of course the tactics number got buffed as well on a 5-turn cooldown, so this is a really solid skill now. West Virginia. The second skill? It's an okay annoyance skill. Sadly, none of the drain, nor the stun is guaranteed, but the cooldown isn't massive. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Third skill is just a disengage. It's okay. Again, nothing amazing, but overall his kit is not super strong, but this buff definitely helped. Because he's like an offensive support, let's be honest here. Who wants to be annoying. This is okay. This is pretty meaningless. Even though he has 2 quicks, it's still pretty meaningless. His MP is not bad, because he does have the defense ignoring capabilities. It's not bad at all. Sadly, this again happens after the damage. But yeah, good damage. But where would you pick him? I don't think you pick him for farm, so I guess for difficult content. Is he that good though? He's okay. But yeah, he's still not amazing in my opinion. But he's not bad, so I think C is pretty fair for him. In my opinion. Not a bad servant though. Could use more buffs though. Can I find it? No. Okay, Hassan. Oh, 100 faces. Alright, here we go. Ooh, now, okay, another one that received a pretty sizable buff, which is also an NA now, but before we get to that, attack, pretty low, and especially because she's an assassin, it's even lower. MP generation, which is actually important on her. Wait, what is this? Wait, did they change her? Oh. Interesting. I did not know this. It's alright. It's above average, I would say. Yeah. Above average, slightly. First skill also helps with that. You might say this combination is pretty awkward, but actually for her it's not. She's an arts assassin, so both of these actually work for her, so it's not that bad. They're both 3-turn buffs on a 5-turn cooldown. Again, that's always a good thing. Second skill. I hate this skill, by the way. I freaking hate this, because you're not guaranteed to get these buffs, but luckily the evasion is not guaranteed. So let's be honest, this is a defensive skill that sometimes might help you offensively or otherwise, but it's a defensive skill. It's still a good defensive skill, because a 1-turn evasion is still okay. Third skill, be sure not to have any of the previous buffs on when you use this, by the way, because that's a big demerit right there. That's a big demerit. So this is like a last resort, if anything. It's not very good. That's a huge demerit. Heal is okay though. Cooldown is meh. Maybe slightly below average skill in defense. Her star generation is not amazing because of her deck and her MP, but I guess this also helps. It's not bad. Not the best fitting for her, but okay, let's go. The MP after the buff is very strong. Very strong. Enables her to basically be a spammer, in fact. If you can get like MP and her arts cards, even if you, especially if you have this or even this skill up, the arts buff, dude, you can absolutely spam with her. You might not even need all that stuff. Her MP gain is actually above average as I said. It's very good. Also, this isn't just for her. This is for your whole team because it's applied to the target, the arts resistance down, so it's very strong. And that's a really strong OC. Let's be honest, that OC is very strong. Again, it's the same as who was it again? Wait, who had this OC? I forgot. Was it Fergus? I don't remember. No, it wasn't Fergus. Anyway, very strong, very strong. She's very good. Not God tier, but I would still place her in the A tier. Just a very solid assassin. Very good for challenging content as well. Columbus, yeah, there you go. That's the one. Oh shit, Bear. No, Bear, I forgot. Dude, thank you so much for the 3-month sub, man. Wait, what did you say? You forgot to wake up for the stream, but at least I have this, so now thanks for all the great memories. Aw, dude. Now I feel even worse because you had a really nice message with that. Fuck, man. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I blame my terrible memory, but dude, thank you so much for the 3-month sub and enjoy that new badge. Thank you, thank you. Alright, one of my personal favorites when it comes to the low stars, both character and gameplay, is Okada Izo, who will be landing in NA in about 2 months or so. Very hype. Attack, about average. MP generation is, it's alright. It's above average, I would say also. Star generation with his deck and numbers, it's average-ish, maybe slightly lower. I don't know. It's not that amazing though. You definitely don't pick him for star generation though. Let's be honest. Okay, his skills are pretty cool. So his first skill increases humanoid damage by up to 100%. Now, every servant in the game is considered humanoid, so that's very good. That's very good. That's a very strong skill. And on top of that, you also get a small crit buff for 1 turn, but let's be honest, you use it for this. He is actually a pseudo crit servant, so this is not bad at all. Not a bad cooldown either. Yes, even Babbage, I believe, is considered humanoid. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Again, he has Eye of the Mind, so this also comes with a crit buff, because it's the false version. No defense buff for him, but I guess it's only fitting. Just, again, never can go wrong with this. Just a solid defensive skill. Not the best, but acceptable. Third skill, which helps with his crit build, is... It's pretty... The thing is, there's only Star Absorb, but the thing is, it's on a 3-turn cooldown. That's pretty good. Considering the lack of effects, and the number even itself isn't that high, because assassins, they have an average star weight, so even this won't guarantee you stars, but it's a 3-turn cooldown, so it's pretty strong. Considering he has crit buffs, it's pretty strong. This, again, doesn't really make a huge difference for him, because he's not really a star generator, let's be honest. He's an arts assassin, arts crit assassin, so... And his MP, again... I guess this could make him do some star generation, because that's a pretty big buff for 3 turns, and it activates even before this. So even this MP, despite being an arts MP with 4 hit count, can generate some stars. But yeah, this in combination with the first skill just makes it so that servants will take a lot of damage. A lot, so yeah. He's just really solid. You definitely pick him for damage. I think this star generation is only secondary. You just pick him for damage, and he does it pretty well. He's like a, as the skill says, he's a manslayer, so... Yeah. I think he's in the A tier, honestly. Just solid. Yo, Warkanox, what's up, dude? I mean, yeah, the number of the star generation is the same, but you gotta consider, Jeff, that the deck is completely different versus Kotaro. Kotaro also has a quick AoE MP, so that's a world of difference. The MP's generations, MP star generation number doesn't mean everything. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Jekyll, a very interesting servant. Yeah. Sadly, a low attack, considering he turns into a berserker. His MP generation is not very good. With his deck and numbers, it's average at best. It's not amazing. Let's be honest, his skills are useless if you use them in assassin mode. You get like nothing out of them, but if you use them in berserker, you get a lot of value actually. Yeah, I need to speed up, you're right, but yeah, you get 50% attack as a berserker. Very good. This pretty much guarantees to stun if you're a berserker. I mean, this is nice. You get 50% crit damage, but let's be honest, you're a berserker, you won't be critting. You get 10% buster as berserker. I'm not even going to consider his assassin counterparts, because he sucks as an assassin, let's be honest. He doesn't really offer anything, because you can't use these skills as an assassin, they suck. So, this is pretty good for berserker. He gets a massive HP buff, so he's actually one of the tankier berserkers in the whole game, even being tankier than many of the golden ones. Full HP, and a very sizable buster buff. Now this is why you kind of want to use Akira with him, because it's a permanent buff, so if you can get like 60 instead of 40, that's a pretty good difference. But yeah, then you only have his face cards, and he doesn't even have a gorilla deck. That's the awkward part, and you can't even use his MP again for like a heal or anything. So he looks good on paper, but in reality, he's not super good. But I would say he's still usable, because he's a pretty tanky berserker with good utility skills. He's C, he's average, just not amazing. Okay. Good attack, actually. Her star generation it's not amazing, but it's pretty good with her deck and numbers. MP generation is okay, not amazing, but okay. First skill, it's okay, I guess. She can do some crits, I guess, but again, yeah. Her kit actually has a good synergy, let's be honest. It reminds me a lot of Yan King in terms of all the effects. It's very similar, actually. This skill is not bad. Yeah. Good synergy. Not the best of skills individually, but synergy-wise, it's good. This helps. Pretty good. MP, I don't think this is in NA yet. But yeah, good damage. The merit is not super massive. This is kind of useless as always, but hey, it also has a secondary OC, which is rare for insta-kill MPs, and it's pretty good. 20 stars on base. After all the buffs, she's actually not bad at all. She's a good assassin, I would say. Good star generation, can do damage as well. Very good synergy on her own kit alone. Good attack. Is she A tier though? I don't know. Maybe a B plus? Yeah, maybe a B plus. Oh yeah, she lacks a defensive option. That's probably why she's not A. No defensive option at all, so she needs supports. B plus, I think, is fair. This is a low star gameplay tier list. Okay. Ooh, Kid Gil. Very good attack. MP generation. He also has golden rule, so yeah. It's pretty good, actually. His MP gain is very much above average. It's like Gil Archer as well. They both have good MP gains. Charisma A+, highest rank in the game, by the way. All Gilgameshes have this same rank. So, even though it's Charisma, it's still not amazing, but this rank, pretty good. This is good. Sadly, chance is only 75%, but it's a rare charm that works against every servant in the game, because it's against humanoids, not the opposite gender, not one gender or anything, it's humanoid. So yeah, in that sense it's good. Sadly, the rate is not amazing. And his golden rule is fitting, it's not amazing. It fits with his kit because he already has a pretty okay gain, so you can actually get several MPs out of him pretty much. Divinity B, very good, good rank. This, he's mainly an offensive support, so this doesn't help too much, but you could do some damage with him as well. This is pretty bad, yeah. And his MP does a good chunk of damage. He doesn't have a lot for buffs besides the charisma himself and divinity, but hey, the multiplier is good. And look at that. It's pretty good. You can actually use him for stall. Minus 50% MP damage on base. Sure, it's one turn, but you can time this MP with your like defensive MPs. It's not bad at all. This MP is pretty good for utility and damage, so he's just solid. He's not amazing at anything. Like you would probably not pick him as the only DPS. Like you would pick him, a support, and a main DPS, if you will. But he's not bad at all. He's pretty self-reliable as well. I think he's also in like B tier, much like Jinke, like a B plus as well. Oh man, now this was one of the ones that I highly disagreed with Lily's list, because she actually put Kyo in like A or something. I don't think she's A tier, but okay, let's see. Attack, pretty damn low for a berserker, if I do have to say myself. MP gain, I mean, let's be honest, unless you crit, it's not very good. I mean, it's 2%, it's crazy. If you get like Ars crits somehow, you can actually get some gains, but don't let the number fool you too much. With her numbers and cards, it's not that good. Her first skill, the Morph, got upgraded, but again, it's a niche upgrade because it increases burn damage. So it's not amazing. 2-turn cooldown effectively on this. It's okay, but she doesn't have a high HP anyway, so this doesn't help too much. And she's a berserker, so this skill is one of the worst defensive buffs in the game in my or defense downs. Don't shit on burn meta. Yeah, sure. Fair enough. Yeah, for a defensive down skill, this is one of the worst ones, but it's not terrible, but it's not very good either. This is... It's not even a proper mana burst is the thing. It's not even... It doesn't even go to 50% because it's a 1-turn buster buff, which is sad. I guess it's because it has this, which I don't even know. That's kind of awkward in combination because you want to use this with your MP. So unless you happen to have your debuffs at that turn, the timing will be pretty awkward. This is good though. This is really good, of course, with a buster deck and a buster MP. Very strong passive. And her MP also, with a combination of this, it does good damage. I have to say, it does good damage, but that's pretty much all she offers, let's be honest. That's it. She's otherwise just there, not doing much at all. Because unless you MP, she doesn't really do much. I don't know. Stun is only 50%, 1 turn. I mean, unless you have other servants with like burn stuff. Maybe like fucking, what's her name? Young Guife, maybe? I don't know. She's not bad. She's good for damage, but I think she's C. Just there for some extra damage. Maybe farm even. Yeah, alright. Le Regend. Alright, I love myself some Regend. For a 1-star, I think his attack is just okay. His MP gain is alright too. Star generation on him, it's slightly above average because his hit numbers are not that high, but he can actually generate stars because he has other buffs as well, which I'll get to now. Mind's Eye Falls, it's okay. Again, just this skill will never be bad, but it will never be amazing either. It's just a good defensive option, and that's about it. A good rank as well will give him a good star crit buff as well. His Fade Out, I suppose, which is not Disengage, because, you know, it only removes mental debuffs. It's so funny though, like among mental buffs you have Confusion, which is skill block, but you can't use this if you're skill blocked. I think they should make an exception out of this. It really makes no sense in my opinion, but it's pretty funny. But this is a really short cooldown, so it's not a terrible skill. You can get stars here and there. It's like a bad version of the upgraded Cursed Star skill, right? Then you have this 3-turn sure hit. I guess it's kind of niche, but not bad. Good star generation, up to 90%. Pretty good. And with the crit buff, you can actually crit too, because you have Absorb here. So he can be a crit servant. Not an amazing one, but he can be. Sadly, a low rank presence concealment. He's a full quick servant, so it would have been nicer if he had a bigger one, but so be it. And then his MP. This buff, I believe, is not on NA yet, but hey, it's a pretty good one. His MP does a very good chunk of damage, even as a 1-star after this buff, because this activates before the damage. And this also gives you 15 stars, much like his second skill, so yeah. Even though his star generation, like via hits, is not amazing, he can generate stars like raw from like this skill and the MP, so it kind of makes up for it. But again, there's probably better options out there. I think he's in the... It's like B or C, but... Okay, let's compare. I think he might be here, though. Yeah, I think he's here. Looking at the servants in these, I think he's B. He's like a B-, but he's fun to use at least. Alright. Leonidas. I love myself some Leonidas. Attack, pretty good actually for a 2-star. MP generation on him is above average or so. It's not amazing, definitely. His taunt is actually solid because you can get up to 100% increased MP gain for 3 turns. Okay, so yeah, with this, his MP gain is nuts. Without it, it's just average, but yeah, this makes it pretty damn good. Sadly, a 1-turn taunt, but he has his MP as well, remember that. Second skill, this is his main defensive option. sadly. I wish he had like defensive ups too. I mean, he kind of does with his MP, but you know, unless you start with the MP, he kind of needs some juice to get going. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad skill at all for him. It's Guts and Taunt is always a solid combo. And then here there's his third skill, which is a really good support skill. A party wide buff, 25% bust drop for 3 turns on an effective 2-turn downtime. Very solid. Not anything super fancy, but just a really solid skill. This isn't massive, but it helps because he's a tank. His MP, you get 25 stars at MP 5. Pretty good, pretty good. Makes for some good follow-up turns. You get always at least 30% defense up for 3 turns. Base, pretty strong. And 3-turn taunts. Pretty good. His kit just... It's a really good synergy. Like, many servants have, like... They have good synergy on skills. But he has good synergy with skills and his MP. The only thing that holds him back is, of course, the 2-star mark. But hey, he's still good. He's a good servant. What he does it pretty well. But I don't think I can still place him super high. Because let's be honest, there's one more better option out there. Sadly. But he's good. He can definitely see some use. Okay. Now a servant that I haven't used that much myself, but I know is pretty good. Oh yeah, that's an insanely high attack for a 3-star. It's not the highest. I actually know who the highest is. You guys might know too, but that's a very high attack for a 3-star. Again, with his gorilla deck, his MP generation is pretty bad with those numbers. Yep. He has an okay attack buff. This, I believe, is the same skill that Fergus has. Even the same rank, maybe. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's okay. Wait, is this the same? Are these both the same? I think these are the same, right? As Fergus. It's pretty funny. Yeah, the Loobster. All right. Yeah, the Loobster. Yeah, right. I guess it's okay, but for a Berserker, this doesn't do too much as compared to Fergus, who also has a defense buff from his Mind Side True, so this is definitely worse on Loobster. His third skill is actually not Tactics, despite the icon. Yeah, with the combination with this and this, and then this one, his MP can actually hit pretty hard. And you can even get a crit turn going. That's a good chance to get some stars for a Berserker with 3000%. But this is awkward. Ooh, that's a pretty big demerit if I say so myself. Welcome back, Rugman. Not wrapping up yet actually, but here we go. Yeah, this is annoying. This is good again, and then his MP, which is still unbuffed by the way, which apparently is anti-everything. I didn't even know this. Ignores defensive buffs, good damage still, slow chance to stun, pretty weak OC, but hey, he's good for damage, but definitely needs support. Alone, he will not... You know what happens when he's alone? Go watch the randomizer where the Loobster happened. That's what happens when he's alone. With support, he can do some work. But he hits really hard, so I'm inclined to put him in B. Like, for what he does it pretty well. Like, you just pick him for damage, and you can be pretty okay with him. And because he's a Berserker, he kind of works with everything, or works against everything. Just support him, and he's good to go. Okay, no, I don't have to justify. This is Camelot Mush, so that's an easy EX tier. One of the best servants in the entire game. Just absolutely insane. So yeah, let's move on to Matahari. She's actually better than people give her credit for. She's a budget Shuten in that she is a debuffer. So these stats won't really matter too much. Sure, low attack, who cares? MP gain is actually okay. Definitely okay. Even above average, I would say. This is her weirdest skill. This is really bad on her. She's not a star generator. She doesn't even have presence concealment. This is kind of useless on her, sadly. But everything else about her is actually pretty good. This is good. This is a weaker version of the Shuten skill 1, because this only works against male enemies, but it's basically the same otherwise. Same charm chance, I believe, as well. And a 3-turn 20% defense down on all enemies. This is not, but this is on all enemies, by the way. This is not on males only, like the charm. So this is pretty good. It's just a really good skill. Well, not really good, but a good skill. Yeah, the door's going out, by the way. And then, of course, more defense down on her 3rd skill, which is also 20%. Sadly, this is one enemy, but still is not bad at all. And I think this is guaranteed, unless they have debuff resistance. And her MP, more defense down. Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but she has 3 different defense downs. So she actually works in a lot of niche comps. Like if you're doing like one-shot comps or whatever. Just some fun stuff, basically. So for a 1-star, she's not that bad at all. And of course, being a 1-star, she's super cheap to put in your party, you know? Doesn't cost like much at all. This works on everyone, but again, not amazing chance. Yeah, so you basically pick her for debuffs. And she's okay at that, definitely. Mainly defense down, though. Wait, what's up, Barak? What happened, man? Don't say stuff like that, man. Honestly, I think she's in B. She's a debuffer, and she's solid. And she's cheap as fuck. I mean, the party cost thing, you know, don't take that out of context. Okay, let's move on to Medea. We gotta keep this up, because I don't have the most time here. Okay, Medea, actually very solid attack. I didn't remember it being that high. MP gain is actually very good. She can also do Arch Chain as well. Very insanely good battery skill. Not the worst cooldown either. This, it's pretty bad. It's a short cooldown, but it's pretty bad. This is good, because it's actually nuts. It's a targeted MP gain up. Sadly, only 1 turn, but it's up to 50%. It's a good support skill. This is very, very strong on her. And I think this is useless as well. It's just there for lore. MP, weak as fuck damage. Everyone knows her MP is very weak, but it's insanely spammable. And you pick her for this. This right here. Remove those pesky buffs. Yeah, and this even further amplifies the spam. So yeah, you basically pick her. You don't pick her for damage. No, no, no. You would be a fool to pick Medea for damage. Maybe with a Black Grail she can do damage, but that's not what she's really for. She's there to just clean up and be annoying as fuck, and maybe even offer minor support. And she does it pretty well. She's not God tier in my opinion, but I think she's just good. Yeah, I admire the fleas on the 2nd skill. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Alright. The youngest of the snacks. Yeah, you'll be hearing him for like a minute. Please forgive me. Medusa, good attack. MP gain is it's alright. It might be slightly above average with these numbers. Yeah, I remember her having okay MP gain. 1st skill is not bad at all. It's a guaranteed stun minus debuff resistance, of course. But yeah, it's not the best stun out there, but it's not the worst. It's okay, not bad. 2nd skill, she has a weaker version of the monster strength compared to Asteria's earlier. It's only 2 turns, but it's still not the worst version. It's okay. Definitely helps with her MP. It's okay. Her 3rd skill is very good. Very good. A 20% battery with 30% MP gain for 3 turns. I wish this was 5 turns instead, but it's probably because of the battery, but still pretty good. Pretty good. Very good synergy with these 2 effects right here. Her passives are nuts. Pretty okay magic resistance. This, it's whatever. Kind of interesting. Don't really help her that much. This is very good. Very good on her. This sadly E-, but it's better than nothing, of course. And her MP, I don't think this buff is on NA yet, but I think yeah, good damage. especially because you have this and this and divinity and a high attack. So yeah. Party star generation, I don't know if that's the most useful thing, but I guess it's something. It's not the worst. This is okay for... This doesn't really help farm, which is mainly for, but at least it can also increase the damage, the buff that is, and also this number, I suppose. Yeah, just a good farm servant, honestly. I think that's what she's mainly used for. I think there are better options for difficult content, but she does farming pretty well, I would say. This is a low star tier list, Echo. I still think he's like an A-. Just solid. Alright. Ooh, not Meppo. Mephisto. Average attack or so. Yeah. MP gain, it's alright. It's probably above average. And he has a good deck for that too. This is pretty bad. Yeah, that's a bad skill. It's not even guaranteed, and it's the only thing it does. If the cooldown was like 3 or 4, it could be okay, but yeah, that's not very good. This, again, it's pretty weak. It's not good, but let's be honest, the only reason you would ever pick Mephisto is the third skill, which is amazing. It's God tier. It's the best buff block in the entire game. It's nuts. For one enemy, you buff block 3 times, and it never expires, by the way. It's there forever until they either remove them or die by using buffs, of course. This is nuts. This skill is insane. This curse means nothing, by the way. It's useless. It's nothing. But this effect alone is absolutely insane. It's so insane. By the way, if you don't have Mephisto leveled up, level him up before December, before Lost Spell 3, because there's one fight where you definitely need this. I'm gonna tell you, you'll be happy to have this, okay? So do it before December. Alright, yeah, this helps with this deck for MP gain, not for the MP though. This helps too with this, definitely. And then his MP, it does okay damage actually. It does okay damage. The curse is again useless. This OC is always bad, but it also ignores the... but again, you won't even pick him for damage. You only pick him for this. And it's very good, but he doesn't offer anything else, basically. So I think he's still like a C tier, but the third... He would be like here, or even here, but probably not here, but because of the third skill, he's like at least here. He's like a C+. Yes, Yuri. Okay, Mozart. I'm not even gonna look at him. He's just really good. Is it unfair to put Mozart in EX? Because we all know what he's used for. He's there for some hard content, and he's there to make that one turn insanely good. He's really good. Like his third skill, guaranteed crits for a turn. First skill, very big arts buff. It's just nuts. That's what you pick him for. And he's very cheap. He's a 1-star unit, so you can fit him in like every comp ever. Yeah, maybe EX is... maybe A is more fair. It's like an A+ then. He's just really good though. But if it's 2 skills only, maybe it's kind of unfair to put him in the same tier. Yeah, it's probably unfair if he's just there for 2 skills. Okay, I see it. I see that. All right. Okay, let's look at Mr. Monk. Inshin. Very strong, very strong. But it's very conditional. It's weird because in teams he's actually not insane. His main potential is in solos. So should I consider that? If that's his main thing? But yeah, let's see. Attack, lower than you would want, definitely. MP generation on him is okay. It's okay. It's maybe just slightly above average. First skill, 3 turns sure hit, star generation. Actually, for a Lancer, he can have a pretty solid star generation. Like, actually, he can generate stars pretty well. Probably the best out of any Lancer, maybe? I'm not sure. At least on the top side. This helps too, because you get... I mean, it's only 1 turn, sadly, but it's a very sizable quick buff. And you're basically immune to mental debuffs for 3 turns. Not bad. I mean, it helps, because you know, you don't get these pesky effects that would stop your chains and everything. Then you have his third skill. Pretty good. Not amazing, but solid. Just a good defense down skill, which also comes with this, which, again, you can use this immediately because it just prevents a tick. Just a nice bonus effect to have. NP seal, in my opinion, is always good. It's a strong effect. Low rank magic resistance, whatever. And then there his MP. Everyone knows his MP is good. But it's a very selfish one. Him as a servant, he's extremely selfish. So that's why he's hard to work on teams, because he relies on face cards. But I might consider this as a solo rating instead. In which case, yeah, his MP is nuts. You get a 50% attack buff for 3 turns. Insane. 100% crit damage for 3 turns. This two alone, this is an insane combination. This is not, who cares? Why is this here? No one cares. Evasion 1 time. It's not 1 turn, but it's 1 time. Still helps a lot. Helps a lot. And this is in combination with this, and this means with his triple Q deck as well, he actually can generate a lot of stars, which is good considering his crits hit insanely hard. So yeah, his kit has really good synergy, and he's capable of hitting harder than almost any other 3-star servant. I would go that far, yes. Even hitting harder than Caesar, I would say. It really depends on how much spam you'll be able to get, and spamming with him is not that difficult. So honestly, I think he's still A, because while being very good for solos, he's kind of weak. Like, he only has a 1-time dodge in every MP. So unless you finish the fight fast, you might die. Like, Ku can take a lot of time. And he also works in teams, so yeah. But yeah, he's still very solid. Then we have a very interesting one. He used to be not that good, but after the buff that's not out on NA yet, he's very good. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Again, after the buff, you don't consider him a DPS anymore, mind you. I don't consider him a DPS. He's now a support, so this doesn't matter. MP gain, it's okay. Doesn't matter though, because I mean, sure, you can MP with him because he has this, as I showed you earlier. It's pretty good. It's a good skill, sure, but you don't pick him for the MP. You pick him for these two. So firstly, you have a 3-turn team-wide arts buff, which obviously works well for spammers. Again, he's a support for spammer. And third skill, you might say, wow, it's just a guts, but it's buffed. So look at this. You can grant 1 ally guts, but you also give them MP generation by up to 50% for 3 turns. That is insane. That's on par with Nero Bride. But you also get an arts buff with him. Yeah, that's crazy. So honestly, I don't even really need to cover his MP. It's meh, who cares? You don't pick him for the MP. He's not a DPS anymore. Now he's a spam support. And man, he's really good at that. Is Nero price 45%? Oh, well, then it's even better. There you go. It's really solid. He's like one of the best spam supports out there. Just insane. Honestly, you might be saying that's unfair, but I don't consider... He's not a DPS anymore. He's a spam support. He's just really good at that. He can make so many servant spam. If this was like a DPS... he'd be like here, but if he's a spam support, he's here. Just a lot of buffs. Okay, Paul Banyan-chan. Decent attack for a 1-star MP generation. It's actually okay for a low-star berserker. She's on the better side. Still not amazing, but it's okay. Let's be honest, she's still a farm servant. You will definitely support her or give her the Cs that she needs. So the MP gain is pretty irrelevant. First skill, pretty damn good. That works really well with some fast farm comps because it also increases your party buster performance. The crit damage is pretty negligible on farm, but hey, I guess it's nice to have in case you don't use her in farm. Good skill. This is kind of useless, let's be honest. It's not a very strong skill. It's just a party heal. It's okay. It's not terrible, but heals are pretty weak. And again, she's a farm servant. This is very good for farm as well. the heal rate. It's a huge chunk actually. So if there's ever like a heal gimmick, you can actually pick her. Because look at this, it's for 5 turns. You can reduce healing for 5 turns, minus 50%. So if there's ever like a healing gimmick, then yeah, look no further. Just pick her for this skill alone. But yeah, weak madness enhancement sadly, and her MP. You definitely need to follow her, I believe, to make her a reliable farmer. But hey, it's not bad at all. And very fast animations, so she's very nice to use with farm. I don't know if I can get bonus for that though. Honestly, I think B is kind of fair. Yeah. Hey, that's the second row. There you go. Why is she silver? Interesting. Okay, you know what? Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. One of the worst servants in the game. I don't even have to cover him. He sucks. You would never pick Phantom over anyone else, especially when we have amazing options for AoE assassins like Kotaro here, who is actually insane. And everyone has MP5 Kotaro. Why would you ever pick this piece of shit? Alright, let's go to Ku Proto. Very interesting one, actually. Attack, pretty good. Above average, definitely. MP gain, it's okay. It's average, I would say. Yeah, just average. His first skill. This is what actually kind of separates him from, well, this and the other skill, but this is I think this is the bigger difference, is that he is actually a pseudo crit servant with this. It's not bad. It's not a bad skill at all. It's like offensive and defensive with a 2-turn effective cooldown on both effects. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, not the best, but not the worst. Of course, God tier defensive skill as always with Ku's. Third skill, we have the this one. Now, after this was buffed, it actually made him possible of being a crit servant. Now, honestly, I think he's pretty good in teams now, because you can. This is for 3 turns, and this is also for 3 turns, so you have good absorb and good crit damage for 3 turns. Sure, this niche is also good. Should I consider the niche here? I probably should. But yeah, he's actually an okay crit servant. Good divinity. This is whatever. MP, sadly, not buffed like normal Ku, so it does a little less damage. But hey. Yeah, his MP is honestly pretty weak. Yeah, it's pretty weak. But it's not bad. It's like Curse Time. It's not bad, but it's pretty weak. Dude, Full Moon, that's a streamer. There's a streamer who has 2 Grailed Phantoms at level 100. He plays everything with those 2. It's pretty funny. Yeah, he's still very good. I don't consider him at all in the same level as Fate Stay Night Ku, but he's good. He's still very durable, capable of doing good damage, but I would actually not use him as in solo. And that's a huge. If you're fighting against like chimeras, oof, that's an insane damage buff. I think he's still A though. You might disagree, but I think he's still A though. He's very solid, just a good lancer. Then we have Horsey Boy, red hair. Story locked, sadly. Kind of weak. Actually, pretty damn weak on the attack side, sadly, and considering he's a DPS. MP gain is pretty good, I would say. Much above average. Then his skills. Oh yeah, he's definitely a quick DPS, quick ST. Or quick AoE? Oh, quick AoE, right. I haven't really used him too much. That's not bad, I guess. It's not that. It's for 3 attacks. But because it's 5 turns and a 5-turn cooldown, this is really good when you use him in teams, right? Yeah. Because even if you get fucked by cards, this is still a good effect. What is this skill? What? Okay, 80% chance to get Star Absorb? Interesting. Guaranteed ignore invul, and you know what? That's an okay defensive skill. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't even remember this skill at all. Oh, you're from my friends list, great. Yeah, nice, dude. What's up, man? Interesting. Okay, so he has a lot of buffs actually for his damage. So despite low attack, he can probably do some good damage. That's what I'm looking at here. Granted, you land this. I mean, he's still a rider, so he has an okay absorb, so maybe you don't even need this. That's very good. I mean, makes sense, he's a horse. Very strong. Skill seal, huh? But it's an AoE skill seal, so I guess it compensates in the chance. Honestly, he seems pretty damn good. It's not guaranteed. Is it not? It is. What do you mean? It says chance to increase own critical absorb. Wait, no, it's... Oh my. Oh, that's pretty annoying. I mean, it's not the worst thing. I mean, at least this is guaranteed, okay? This is guaranteed. Okay, okay. He still seems very strong. I'm not gonna lie. He seems pretty good. He has a solid defensive option, good offensive options, and he's definitely your main DPS if you're running him. Yeah, I'm illiterate. Yeah, no. Honestly, is he A tier? Fuck, I'm gonna place him in B plus now. I need to use him more. I have him in JP. I just haven't used him that much. But he actually seems very good. Oh man. I'm gonna have to place Robin in here. Oh, he's also, much like Caesar, he's a DPS king. That's why they're here. They're both insane when it comes to damage. And unlike Caesar, he actually has a good survival option as well in his dodge, which is good because it also gives him stars. And his MP is insane in damage potential. The poison is guaranteed unless the enemy has debuff resistance, but even then, in most cases, it's like at most 30%. He's just nuts. If you need damage and you're struggling with like party cost, he's just amazing. Just that simple. Okay, then it's the kind of a meme servant in Roma, but at least we're getting a proper version soon, it seems. Good attack, honestly. Yeah, despite being a meme character, he's actually not a terrible servant. So his attack is pretty good. His MP generation... It's okay. It's kind of average. Yeah, it's kind of average. Wait, this was buffed? Fuck, I don't remember this. Oh, this must be a recent one. Okay, so he has a 20% battery now. I guess that's okay. Decent heal, I guess. And you know what? This is pretty good now. Sadly, it's only offensive debuffs, but hey, it's actually a pretty good skill. Hey, restive mode, thanks for the follow. Hey, this is not bad at all. It's in a 5-turn cooldown. With a battery, hey, that's good. And the skill I hate. I mean, it's not a terrible skill, but I absolutely hate RNG skills. But he actually has the highest rank in the entire game for Imperial Privilege, I believe, which actually gives him huge numbers for the buffs. So if you land these, they're massive. That's insane. Like, if you get both of these, that's so much attack and defense. It's crazy. And then you have his targeted guts that also gives you Buster. But sadly, this guts sucks, because it's a one-turn guts. So you have to die the turn you use it on, but it's also a DPS buff, so it's really awkward. It's still not a bad skill, but it's pretty awkward. Okay, I guess, and then his MP. It's really awkward, because he kind of looks like a main DPS, but because his third skill is targeted and his OC on the MP increases party attack, he's kind of like an offensive support instead. It's weird. It's kind of weird. OG Nero also has Imperial Privilege EX. Let me see. Let's check that. Yeah, she does. You're right. True. Yeah, I mean, he's still alright, honestly. He's a solid Lancer. Just a solid AoE Lancer. In fact, I would even place him in B. He's just solid. It's not amazing, but he's pretty damn solid. Okay, yeah. I really wish Saber Jill was good, but he's a joke. He really needs buffs and an animation update. Come on, DW. Both Caster and Saber, do my mans correct, okay? I love the MP though, it's funny. Okay, finally we arrived to Salieri. Now, he, I believe, has the highest attack of all 3 stars in the game, which is nuts. I mean, he's an Avenger, so I guess that helps. They always have high attacks. His attack is crazy good. He hits really hard. His MP generation, it's above average. It's not insane, but it's definitely above average, which is pretty rare for Avengers, I have to say. His first skill is one of the better innocent monsters in the entire game, considering all the variants as well. It's just their default one with the highest rank, which eliminates the defense down and gives him a crit buff instead. It's pretty good. Effective 2-turn downtime on the stars. Pretty damn good. Not a massive amount of stars though, but still. This is good, considering he's kind of a spammy servant. Yeah, not bad at all. Again, 3 attack. Every single buff that he has is based on attacks. I guess they wanted to try that out. It's not bad, but I would prefer turns instead, but, you know, still not bad. Yeah, again, 3 attacks for defense down. All his skills are on a 5-turn cooldown, which is pretty good. He kind of lacks defensive options, sadly, but let's be honest. If you're using him, you're gonna support him anyway. And yes, his MP can loop, which is cool. It's very strong. He only has the Avenger passives like Andi Mayu. But yeah, they're not bad. They're very selfish, but I guess that's what Avengers are for anyway. They're just your selfish DPS option. This demerit actually isn't that big, because let's be honest, you're probably not running a critical star generation comp anyway. If anything, you're gonna get your stars from stuff like this or CEs, which are guaranteed, so this demerit doesn't matter too much. MP5, very good damage considering his very high attack. And yeah, arch resistance down means that spam becomes very much possible. Is MP2 enough for looping? I think so. It really depends on who, your party. If you pick like Tamamo or Narrow Bride, Paracels, or stuff this above, yeah, easily. But yeah, it really depends. He's just really good. But I think he's still B, because again, he's quite fragile and he really needs a lot of support. But he's good. He's just an if you need like general DPS, kind of spammy. He's not amazing at anything, but he's good. He's a lot of fun to use though, I give you that. If we're talking fun levels, he might be like EX. It's fun to use. Okay. Sanson. That's some blast from the past for songs. Alright, his attack is pretty low for a 2-star. And he's an assassin, so it's even lower. MP charge. It's not that good. He has very low hit counts. And only 1 arch. Yeah, it's probably actually below average. This skill is okay. It's kind of his niche, anti-evil. Sadly, only goes up to 60%, but it's okay. But it's also 3 turns, so it's an effective 2-turn downtime. It's good. Again, it's useless if you don't fight evil servants or, you know, enemies, but yeah. Then we have his heal, targeted heal for 1 ally, removes debuffs, 5-turn cooldown. Again, heal is never that strong, but it's okay. It's an okay heal. And then, dude, I hate this skill. It's such a tragedy. It doesn't work that well, because you might be saying, wait, it's so good against servant. It's not. The trait human and humanoid are not the same thing. Every servant is a humanoid, but I don't think any servant is human. This refers to enemies like Roman soldiers. Those are human. So in most cases, this does nothing. It sucks. It's really unfortunate. It's just a weak skill. Yeah. And a low rank presence concealment. Even with a triple quick deck, he's on the lower side of the assassins for generation star generation. His MP though, I can actually do a lot of damage. Again, if you fight evil servants, he can do a lot of damage. So I guess I should consider him an anti-evil servant. But even then, he's not amazing. He's good, but he's not amazing. I think he's C. C if you're fighting evil. Not bad, but pretty average. Ooh, another one that's fun to use in Serenity. Alright. So, oh right, stats. Pretty weak attack. Her MP generation is pretty bad from what I remember using her. Like, it seems better than it is, but it's actually definitely below average, which is kind of a shame. So she needs help with that, with like a C or a support servant. This is good, at least for this, because it's a guaranteed MP drain. It's pretty strong. This is okay, but look at it's just it's a 7-turn cooldown. That's not good. That kind of makes it not a very good skill. If this was a 5-turn cooldown, this skill would be actually pretty good. But now it's just not very good. Then her special. I mean, we already saw the version of Throwing Dagger, the special version that Cursed Arm has, which is really good. Now we have the special version of Serenity, which is the poison version. You get the Toxic status, which of course increases the poison damage taken, and a poison dot that comes with it. So quick maths, this does 1000 damage every turn for 5 turns, so that's 5k. But of course her MP kind of amps that up, and if you have other poison synergy, I guess it's something. Again, dots are still pretty much a meme, but they can be a fun meme. But at least you get more stars, and it's still a low cooldown skill, so it's pretty okay still. It's not as good as Cursed Arms upgrade, definitely not, but it's not bad at all. It's a nice skill, just a nice skill, you know. And then her third skill kind of goes with her kit, I suppose, but again, instant kill is just a bad mechanic. It's not strong at all. It's a shame. But this helps. The debuff success rate helps with like this and her MP. So at least that does something. This doesn't do too much because she's definitely not a star generator. She can generate some stars, of course, as an assassin, but you can't compare her to some others. Yeah, okay, doesn't really do much. MP does good damage actually, despite her low attack. But again, probably needs more support for that. The insta-kill is mostly useless, so the OC is kind of a waste. Sadly, only 40% chance for each of the seals. It's not amazing. She's kinda... It's hard to say. I don't think she's that bad, but she's not very good either. I think she's, again, a C. Just average. Dude, my voice is dying. Yeah, enjoy your lunch, Memelin. Alright, Spartacus. Do I even have to look him up? He's pretty good. Much like Arash, he's a farm servant. Not as good as Arash, because he doesn't off himself with his MP, which would be great if he did. But hey, he's still pretty good. He has a 30% battery, up to 30%, a sizable buster buff. And that's pretty much it. The other stuff doesn't really matter, because let's be honest, again, you'll be using him for farm. Not that much for like challenging content. He's still a 1-star berserker, just cheap for your farm teams. Easy to, you know, get his MP out, because again, 30% battery, buster MP, works against every class. Besides, I mean, you know, you won't be farming foreigners, so yeah, just I think he's A for what he does. I think he does it better. Like, I think it's fair to put him in A because he's not as good as Arash, but he's better than Bunyan. I hope you guys agree that I think A is pretty good on him. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Is this new Overworld? Nice, I haven't heard this song before. Alright, Shakespeare, let's do a brief overview of him as well. Low attack, but again, he's mostly a support anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Good MP gain, well, slightly above average because of his hit counts, but having Arch Chains helps. This is probably one of his main treats, which is a party-wide buster buff for 1 turn, which is actually pretty sizable. It's almost as good as a full mana burst, which is pretty damn good, because it's for everyone. It's pretty good. This, I guess, is okay for a support, a defensive option for him. Better than Guts that, like, Boudica has, definitely so. And then he has his other support skill, which is this, that gives a small battery to an ally. I guess this could help in some cases, but it's mainly for this. His MP itself, it's very weak, let's be honest. His attack sucks. I mean, with this, it could do some damage, but you're not picking him for the MP anyway. The stun chance is also really low. It's just not a lot of damage. I can't decide between C and B. I'm probably ranking him as a support anyway. Give it to Raiko and get more stars. Yeah, with Raiko it actually works, yeah. Yeah, maybe a B minus, okay. Yeah, it's like a B minus, so yeah. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna look at George even though I already have a good opinion about him, but I have St. George. Again, it doesn't really matter if he has a small attack, because it's much more important for him to have more HP, because he's definitely a tank. He's one of the most well-known tanks in the entire game, for good reason. His MP gain is actually above average as well, which helps, even though his MP is not the strongest, but hey, you pick him for tanking purposes and you get a good tank. His first skill is insanely strong. It's probably the best taunt skill in the game. Skills, I'm talking, not MPs, skills. It's very good. A 5-turn cooldown and a 3-turn taunt. 3-turn massive defense buff, absolutely massive. That's just a single buff from a single skill, it's crazy. Effective 2-turn cooldown. And his other skills synergize really well because he has a pretty okay heal, considering he takes a lot less damage than the heal actually does matter. And immune for mental debuffs for 3 turns granted you maxed him, and you know, yeah. Guts also very good combo with the taunt. Definitely gets more value with the taunt. Good rank magic resistance. You know, you're gonna be targeted with debuffs anyway because you have a taunt, so this helps a lot, much more than some others. This is whatever, no one cares. His MP does decent damage, but let's be honest, again, you don't pick him for the MP. But if you do manage to MP, you do get more defense buff out of it at least. And of course, you can meme with Sumanai when you apply the Dragon Tread, you know? It's always fun. But I'm basically grading him as a tank here, and yeah. He's nuts. He's I'm still putting him in EX. Because, again, I'm rating servants based on how well they do the things they're supposed to do. And he's a god tier tank. He's just good. He's really hard to kill, even as a 2-star. Especially if you give him like a C with a lot of HP. Yeah, he's hard to kill. Like, you can get like 3 turns at least out of him, which is crazy. And we have Taiga, aka a Jaguar Warrior or Jaguar Man, whatever you want to call it. Pretty good attack, yeah, because she's definitely a DPS, absolutely a DPS, so yeah, that's good. MP charge is... it's okay, probably around average. Not amazing, not terrible. Her first skill is very good, but the big problem with this is a massive goddamn cooldown, but the effects itself is very strong. So for fast battles, she's really good. You get a 3-turn sizable buster buff, very good. Mental this is whatever, I guess. Mental debuff resistance, it's not even a higher percent, whatever. Self-evasion for 2 attacks, very good, very good. And a good amount of stars, just a really good skill. Probably why it's in a high turn and cooldown, so... but yeah, still good. This is like a monstrous strength, I suppose, just under a different name. It's okay, it's nothing amazing, but it could be worse. It could be 1 turn, I suppose. The cooldown is pretty short too. It's okay, good offensive skill. Then this one that, in most cases, is just crit damage, but hey, even so, it's 50% up, and yeah, she's probably your main DPS, so yeah. But if you're fighting in forest, then hell yeah, you get that absorb as well, making it easier. But yeah, mostly just this, which is... it's still not horrible. Good magic resistance. I guess this helps. I didn't even know she had magic madness enhancement. That's interesting. It does help because she's a buster servant, and a high rank divinity is very good on a DPS. Very good. And her MP, granted you somehow get MP5 because she's story locked, does good damage. With all her buffs. All these passives, the buster buff, the attack buff, everything, the MP does good damage. This is whatever. That's a terrible OC. This OC is absolutely terrible, but hey, still a good damaging MP. Ooh, that's a hard one to rate. Is A too high or is it B? Jaguar Warrior is still a pretty good DPS, I would say. I mean, I have Protoku here. Yeah, maybe B. B+. Oh, B+. Ooh, okay, this was the one I agree or disagreed with the most with Lily, because I think Tawara Tota is very strong. Very strong. I mean, she didn't place him that low either, but okay, here we go. Tota, good attack. MP gain is maybe just slightly above average. with these numbers and cards. But yeah, not bad either. This skill, very good. 3-turn Buster Up, sadly 6-turn instead of 5, but hey, still good. And heal yourself. Then, of course, he has the God tier defensive skill that Ku also has. Protection from arrows. Not the biggest rank, but hey. Yeah. You lose out on one of the attack stacks and a slightly lower but still a God tier defensive skill, let's be honest. Because it's still a 5-turn cooldown. That doesn't go up either, so it's still very good. And his third skill, which is basically a heal you can use turn 1. It's just a better heal. So he's a good team utility, but also makes for some... he can do some damage too. He's just very durable, very hard to kill. This isn't as high as it could be, but it's not bad. This is whatever. He's probably not your main DPS. Unless you're fighting demonic, then yeah. NA doesn't have this buff yet, but still, yeah, it just buffs the existing effects. With this, even the base damage with his Buster buff becomes pretty good. So remember, he has an okay attack as well. It's pretty good damage. And especially if you're fighting against demonic. Oh yeah, it doesn't increase the damage, but increases the turn count, so you get more out of this. It's pretty good. He's just really solid. Honestly, he's just like, you probably pick him as a second DPS. He's probably not your main DPS, but hey, he's very good for challenging content. Hard to kill, good utility, pretty good damage. Just, there's not much negative to say about him, honestly. I don't think he's EX, but he's like a high A. Just very strong. Just a good archer. Then we have one of my personal favorites in Ushi, who deserves all the head pats. As soon as I open, there's Ushi head pats with the EX +++. I like it. All right. Okay, she has okay attack too. Definitely above average. Her MP generation also above average. Not amazing though, but good. But this buff isn't on NA yet, but this is a good one. So her first skill now also gives a 3-turn quick party buff. Or no, this is actually own only, but yeah, party wide MP generation. Not a huge number, mind you, but it's a nice quick bonus for herself, which helps definitely. Again, not a massive number, but because it has 2 effects on that last for 3 turns on a 5-turn cooldown, it's still a pretty damn good skill. Middle of the pack charisma, and charisma is not amazing either, so it's just okay. It's nice to have. It could be worse. It is what it is. Her defensive option is okay, actually. It's a full turn of evasion and a pretty sizable star generation rate. She actually can get a huge amount of star generation, but still, her hit counts are very low, so she still might not be able to gather that many stars, despite a huge star generation buff, because her MP also buffs it. Riding A, very, very strong on her. She's a full quick servant, so that's very good. This is whatever, I guess. Her MP, massive damage, we all know. She can do a lot of damage, and of course more critical generation rate. So if you do this and her MP with a quick turn, you can actually generate like 20 to 30 stars, I would have to guess. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. But yeah, why is this pancakes again? Is this fucking Ryan? Oh my god, I get it. That's funny. Yeah. Honestly, she doesn't offer too much, but she's good for damage. Good for damage, but that's about it. I think she's A though, but definitely not EX. Definitely not EX. But just enough for A, I believe. After the quick buffs, that is. Ushi clearly disagrees. Fair enough. Alright, well, okay, this one I am gonna look up, because we have Mashu Ortinox. It's a very heated topic, I should say. So, her stats, I mean, yeah. I mean, for a 4-star, it's still pretty good. MP generation. pretty good. Isn't it? It's slightly above average. Oh shoot. So we're gonna look at Ortinas or Ortinax, whatever you want to say. So her first skill vastly different. It's not an offensive skill. So it's very awkward considering she's still neutral on damage due to being a shielder. So she can do some damage, but yeah, it's okay. I guess you can get that one big crit. It is what it is. And you have a taunt that also acts as a battery. It's definitely weaker than the old taunt because you got like a mass. Wait, how much was it? Like 200%? Well, how much was it? Let's see. No, it's 4. Yeah, this is so much better. So much better. I mean, I guess this is a lower cooldown, but yeah. I would have that MP gain any day over a 20% battery, but it's still a taunt. She's the tank, so it fits. It's not bad. Third skill, also a taunt. She has 2 taunts now in the Orthodox outfit, which is good because it comes paired with the invul. So she does still have an invul. It's not targeted anymore, but at least she has a way to take some real big hits. The merit is only 500 on skill 10, so it's not much at all. It doesn't really matter. So it's basically these two. So yeah, as a tank, she's still very good. Very good as a tank. I feel like a lot of people say, oh, she sucks now. Why would I ever use her? She's a tank that costs 0. She's very good at that still. So yeah. This is a good one for tanks again, because, you know, they'll be targeted a lot. So magic resistance A, very good. And we have Lord Camelot, which is just basically the old version. Yeah, it's exactly the old version of it's Lord Chaldeus basically. It's not terrible. Actually, it's not the same. This is 3 attacks, not 3 turns. So it's slightly worse, I suppose. But you know, it's still okay. It's a good tank MP. So you know, I'm still placing her in E. I'm even tempted to put her in here, because let's be honest, you know, maybe I'll still put her in here. She costs 0, that's amazing. She's still a god tier tank. That's what you would pick her for, right? I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. I think they're still both very good. Of course, I do prefer Camelot, Mashu, but they're both still very good at what they do, you know? This Mashu is a support and a tank. This Mashu is only a tank, but she's still a very good tank. I stand by that. I stand by that. You can disagree, but I stand by that. Lonely Karma, yo, what's up? 4th new sub of today. Wow, that's insane. It's not even a gacha stream. Thank you so much, dude, with the Twitch Prime. Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, okay, now we get to the juicy one. One of my favorite archers, who I recently even maxed. William Tell. Good, very good attack, very good attack. His MP generation is definitely much above average. He can actually spam, which is very cool. He has a good MP generation with his numbers and deck. His first skill is insane. It's very good. At max rank, you're guaranteed a skill seal and 30 stars. Hello, that's nuts. Considering he's also a crit servant himself, he can self-supply. That's always good. Very good skill right here. Decent cooldown, not the best, but not the worst. Second skill, very good considering he's an art spammer. Very strong, 3 turns. Debuff immune for 3 turns. Very good, very good. Again, not the biggest cooldown, but not the lowest. Just very good. Third skill, what makes him a crit servant is that he can have that 1 turn where he just blasts your face off. Just nukes. There's a lot of crit damage. Also, this helps with your MP gain as well if you like have an arch buff with his second skill. Good for spam too. So you have options, which is good. Kind of low magic resistance, it is what it is. This is very good, again, because he's definitely also a crit servant in addition to being a spammer. So very good. And his MP does a good chunk of damage. It ignores evasion, and of course, if the enemy does have an evasion, it kills you immediately. It's an insane. It's like it's the Yubo of evasion versus poison, but he also works without this too. This is luxury. You can absolutely use him even without hitting targets with evasion on. He's just really good. Just a really strong archer. Hits very hard. Good spam. Good MP gain. Just and can self-supply even. You can arguably run him without supports. He's just very good. I'm so tempted to put him in EX, but because he would be like EX if you're fighting evasion targets, but I'm still putting him in. He's like an A+, okay? It's still hard. He's very good. He's so very strong. Alright. Then let's look at another very interesting one in Asclepius, or Asclepius. Here, a gotcha guy. He's a very interesting one. A very interesting support right here. Again, his stats don't matter because he's a support, so it's good that he has a good amount of HP. Very good. His MP generation is pretty good, actually. It's very good. Very good MP generation. His first skill is one of the best heals in the game. I mean, heal is not still the end-all be-all, but this is a very strong heal. And it gives a bonus debuff resistance buff, which is okay, I guess. This one, now this is basically why you pick him, because you get a team-wide MP generation buff, which is actually pretty good. Better than Ushi, for example. And yeah, you can, I guess a free MP seal is always good. Again, good for stall, and he would definitely fall under that too. Good skill again. And in addition to boosting party MP generation, you also have a party battery. And I guess this is also okay for something, but you mainly use him for spam, I suppose. But yeah, just a good spam support. This is good for his own gains, I suppose. This is good for... Does he even have debuffs? I mean, what the fuck? Oh yeah, he does. His MP seal, there you go. Interesting. Yeah, this is whatever. It's flare, it's swag. You don't do damage with him. And then his MP is, of course, a full support one, where you get... Everyone... This kind of sucks. He himself doesn't get a guts. It's just kind of a pro... Because he lacks a defensive option. So for, like, very difficult content, he might die pretty easily, which is sad. I wish this was for everyone. But it's still okay. Party debuff immune for 1 time 3 turns, so you have some leniency there. You can kind of use this early on, too. Especially with the guts, because it's also 3 turns and another heal, so yeah. But let's be honest, you probably pick him for these 2 skills because he's like a spammy support. But I don't think he's as good as Paracelsus, but he's still solid. So I'll place him in A. You can do a lot of work with him. Good leniency. Oh, now here we go with the only low star servant that I do not have in JP. I have everyone else. I never got Mori. I'm really sad about that. So Honago Green's one of his favorites as well. Very high attack. Berserker 3-star. MP gain actually seems pretty good. Pretty damn good for a Berserker, I would say. Yeah, that's not bad at all. He's insane, apparently. Let's see. Big crit buff, but again, can you crit as a Berserker? This is good. Basically debuff immune for 3 turns. Wait, what? Interesting. So I guess you want to use this last then. Huh. Oh, so this is good for combos. Okay, so for Brave Chains, this is really good. Kind of like Super Orion. Very good. Oh, but it also has the flip side of the effect. Interesting. So I guess this is not good for solos. I mean, you would probably solo with this guy anyway. Whoa. Okay, so he does have a absorb buff, so okay, he can crit then. That's good. So you can use him in teams. Excellent. He seems pretty good so far. Gain 20 stars when that's pretty cute. Interesting. This could be higher, I suppose, but it's not bad. Alright, so apparently he just says no matter what you're gonna die because it ignores invul and defense buffs, so that's good. It's very good. This happens after the damage. He seems pretty damn good. What the hell? He seems like it's just a much better version of Lubu, the Lubster. Like, he seems much more reliable. Like, he's not even close. He seems real good. think I'll put him in A. Seems really strong. I don't think he's EX. I don't know. He might be. I would need to try him out more. But he seems really solid on paper. It's really good. All right, Gareth-chan. Cute little Gareth. Okay, I gotta go faster. So yeah, she's a tank, I suppose. So it's fine. MP generation is actually pretty good from what it seems. Yeah. This is good for a tank because she does have a taunt in here. Yeah. Small battery for self. Oh, this is an interesting. This is a really unique one. So you can get a bunch of attack buffs, but the way this works, as even though you get a bunch of attack buffs, they all get consumed in the next attack. So you can get like a really big attack. I tested it out. I wanted to know how it works. So even though it's like lines up attack buffs on your buff bar, it doesn't take like one per time per attack. Next attack literally takes all of them. So yeah, she can do a big attack. And then there's the taunts because she's a tank. And this is like what happens when you combine Leonidas and George taunt. You get the best of both worlds, basically. It's a pretty solid taunt skill. Works really well with this, obviously. Yeah. MP can do some decent damage. It's nothing amazing. It's just a solid MP. She's like an offensive tank. I think she's a B. She's like, I would argue it's the same as Leonidas. All right. Well, here comes my latest Grail target, so let's see how good Jason is. Again, very low attack. He's a 1-star. MP generation seems okay. Pretty average. This seems not amazing, but not terrible. It's a 4-turn cooldown. Sadly, only removes 1 debuffs, which is awkward. Another support skill, which is also a demerit. Interesting. I mean, it's a good absorb though. It's like Bryn, huh? Interesting. It's not the worst, but oh right, then there's the Orgonauts skills. So yeah, you clearly want to use him with Orgonauts. Otherwise, this is just a charisma. But with Orgonauts, it's okay. It's pretty good. There's a lot of buffs. Decent magic resistance. He is not a quick servant, so that is pretty much wasted. Then his arts AoE MP. But hey, he also gets an arts buff before damage, so it actually does okay damage. But yeah, he's mainly an Argonauts buffer. That's his main thing. He's a support, pretty much. Will I lure him to... Oh, I did his skills at the start of this, dude. I did it all, dude. I grailed him to level 80. I maxed all his skills and I gave him foes. So yeah, I have a nice Jason now. Or Yasun, so there you go. I think he's B. I think he's slightly above average because he's definitely an okay support. Even with non-Argonauts, he's still a 20% attack buff, so he's like a charisma. And this is targeted, so it's fine. Yeah, you can use him as a support. Okay. Now Paris, I don't really know much about Paris. I've never used Paris. Attack seems pretty good for a 2-star. This seems pretty... Actually seems above average with these numbers, definitely. Yeah. Looks actually not bad at all. Self-evasion, 1 attack, 1 turn. Not that good. So if you manage to remove a enemy crit buff, you apply this buff, which I assume increases his MP damage. It also removes all buffs, huh? Interesting. Huh. Oh, if you remove buffs, not crit buffs. It's a crit down. I can't read. Yeah, if you remove buffs. Okay, that's much easier then. Okay, that's much easier to get then. Hey, Sars, what's up, dude? So this is like the Orion skill, huh? Not that bad. Actually, seems pretty good. Yeah, that seems like a good skill. Solid. Small battery, HP. Okay, not bad, not bad. Honestly, skills seem pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. That's okay, I guess. Doesn't seem like a crit servant though. Yeah, extra damage against that. Yeah. Honestly, this is much easier to get than like William Tell though, so not bad. Yeah, Seems like he can do a lot of damage. Yeah. Wait, he is a quick... Oh, he's a quick... I thought it was arts. Alright. Not bad, actually. Is Paris A? Fuck, I don't know. I think he's A. He's good. He seems really good on paper. Alright, then we have Bart. The, pretty similar to Blackbeard in both theme and kit. So, again, attack. It's okay, I suppose, for 1 star. MP generation seems maybe slightly above average. Also Voyager, so it's not amazing, but it's okay for that 1 turn of nice damage. Pirate Gentleman. Reduce own absorb for 3 turns. Okay, so he's like a crit support. Is that what I'm seeing here? Interesting. Oh yeah, I think he's a quick support or crit support. All right, interesting. Own quick performance. Was this MP quick? It is. All right. Well, yeah, he's like a support. I didn't know that. All right. Quick buff. Deals low damage to low rarities. Hello? I did not know that. That's interesting. That's funny. That's funny. All right. Because it's also quick with a decent count and it's AoE. He can actually generate stars, I think. Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny. I don't see him being that amazing though, but he looks pretty interesting. Honestly, I think he's like a C. He's just okay. Alright, Chengong is EX. He's amazing. He's basically a Rosh that enables so many different... You can either use him for tryhard, like low HP guts, insane nuke damage, or just sacking servants, and also his MP is good for farm, so yeah. He's basically a Rosh that works in different ways. He's just amazing. Enables so many good strategies, which is fitting because he's a master strategist, right? So I don't even need to comment on that. We have Salome, the crazy girl. Good damage for a 2-star, definitely. MP gain seems actually pretty good for a berserker. Pretty damn good. Lawful good. Damage. Wait, does it have to be both of these? I think it has to be both of these to get a buff. Because it doesn't have 2 separate lines. Well, that sucks. I mean, it's not a rare combo, I guess, but well, whatever. 70% damage up though if you do though. It's not bad. Debuff amount at 1 time. Okay, that's something. Yeah. Defense buff, not amazing. Oh, you know what? This is a pretty good defensive skill. Like if you combine all these FX, it's a pretty good one. HP every turn. That's pretty bad for berserkers, I'm not gonna lie. Dance of Lewdness. Chance to remove buffs on enemies, like defensive buffs. And after 7 turns, your party gets back. So okay. I think I remember this now. Alright. I'm gonna finish the list, take it, but I gotta go fast here. Oh, own defensive buffs. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So it's a demerit. Alright. It's kind of unfortunate. Arts MP. Oh, right. She has the amplify. That's actually a base on 2. Yeah, I remember seeing those videos where you do massive damage on dots. Interesting. She seems interesting, but I don't see too much potential in her. I think she's in... maybe D is too harsh. Maybe C. She can do some stuff, I guess. But she doesn't seem insane at all. Then we have... Charlotte. Give me actually a second. I need to... because I gotta go after this. I have to log into WoW. Because I'm raiding after this. I'm gonna put that on background. Hey, it's Kira theme. But yeah, we're gonna do the multi-roll after I do this list, by the way. Let's see. Alright, no queue. Good. Okay, let's continue. Alright, so Charlotte, 1 star. Attack is what it is as a 1 star. MP generation seems pretty good, actually. I think she's an arch servant, right? So yeah. Insta-kill. I mean, it's insta-kill. Okay, so this is good at least. This is whatever. Who cares? It's a 5-turn cooldown on evasion for 2 attacks. Dude, this is actually pretty good. Who cares about this? This is an okay defensive cooldown. Sadly, it's 3 turns, so it can expire. But but it's still okay. Oh, this is the Dante skill. It's just he has EX, right, and she has D. I remember this. So it's obviously worse in stats or numbers. It's okay. It's an okay offensive ability at this rank, I guess. It's not amazing, but oh yeah, ye old Shiki. I like that. That's a good way to put it. What is this? Oh, this is the RNG. Right. So you get one of these buffs for 3 turns, right? It's really funny. She could probably spam really well if you got this like every time, huh? It's kind of a shame. I hate RNG. I don't think she's a star generator at all. Yeah, she's not really a star generator, so this doesn't matter too much. Removes one. Oh, she's like William Tell, huh? Well, he doesn't remove, but you know, anti-evasion stuff. Ignores defense buffs. Chance to. You know what? She can probably do some damage. Again, instant kill is worthless, but damage-wise, she doesn't seem bad. I don't know. Would you ever pick her over like Cursed Arm though, or Jinkei, or you know? I don't know. She seems pretty random. I don't know. Would you? I'll have to drop. I mean, yeah, even on my level 100 Gramps, insta-kill is worthless, Yuri. That doesn't change the fact. It still sucks. Let's be honest, Gramps has a shitty MP. It only does damage. There's nothing else. The insta-kill is worthless. His kit and stats are amazing, but his MP sucks. Yeah, I think she's like C. She seems okay. But I don't see myself, like, using her over Jinkei, let's be honest. And then there's Mando Ricardo. Pretty popular servant. Alright. Attack, pretty average. MP generation, seems pretty good. Not gonna lie, seems pretty good. This is a solid skill. Very solid. Attack and defense. Good combination. 3 turns, 5 turn cooldown. Nice numbers. Not bad at all. Whoa. Oh, is this the... Oh, this is the Arash skill, huh? So, you can't even use this on full HP. You have to be at least 50% or down. Also... Is this a remix of Tamamo music? Nice. So, for 1 attack, you get a pretty nice buff. So obviously, when you want to use this with your MP, and I mean, I guess you could do a crit well as well. So yeah. Removes enemy defensive buffs when attacking. So yeah, you can clear the way. And when you attack, you die. So, okay, so you get 1 attack and then you die. You can't even finish like a Brave Chain. You just die immediately after 1 attack is what it seems. Alright, fair enough. So you go out with a bang. Own quick and arts buff. So he has 2 actually interesting buffs. Not bad. And a taunt. Okay. Yeah, if you're fighting casters with this, he actually is okay with taunt. Writing. I mean, it's something. He's like half arts, half quick, I suppose. This is okay. Good damage for his own attack. I mean, it's a small amount. Ooh, so he has a trifecta as well. Honestly, he's very interesting. There's a lot of buffs. There's a lot of buffs. I think he's like a B. Seems pretty good. I might need to use him more to give him more recognition, but yeah, there you go. I think we're done. Again, I have to, dude, we've been streaming, holy shit, I really gotta run, dude. 3.5 hours, this took ages. Okay, let's do the roll then. I suppose. Because Yolumi used the first ever command seal for a multi-roll. As soon as I can get my phone to work. Alright, let's see. Can even move this. Let me connect to my phone again. Oh yeah, music. Yeah, I gotta disable the music for this, sorry. Good theme though. Love me some Tamamo. Dude, there's over 300 people here still. Damn, you guys are nuts. Damn. Hopefully you guys had fun with the stream. I had a lot of fun. Alright, let's see. Can I connect to my phone? Let's see. It says he's connecting, but it's not. Maybe I need to activate side sync again. Okay. Wait, is it now connecting? Maybe? No. Wait, nope. I don't know what's happening.
Dude,
What is happening? You hear that, right? What the fuck is going on? It just kept Okay, is it connecting now? It's trying. Come on. Let's see it. Come on, man. Connect. Why you do this to me, man? Oh, I think it connected. Oh, yes. Here we go. Alright. Let's go. Can you see it? You can't, actually. Oh, right. Here we go. Bam. Hey! Alright, let me put the volume down so your ears don't explode before I click accept. Here we go. Yo, Razor with the with how many months was that? 9 months. Now you have a shiny rare prism badge. Thank you so much, dude. 9 months. All right, we got there eventually. But yeah, dude, I had a lot of fun this stream. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, hopefully you guys had too. Well, we might do tier lists again this week, depending. I mean, hopefully Last Build 5.2 is out tomorrow, because I would love to roll for Canis, but yeah, we'll see. I still want to do the Final Ascension art tier list, and maybe the legwear one. It was pretty funny. But yeah, you missed the stream. Well, hey, at least you're catching the outro, because yeah, it's a pretty juicy one. Because again, for context, Yomi used the first ever command seal in my stream for 100,000 channel points, which is a lot of points he's gathered over the months, which, you know, makes me do a multi-roll. And he said Yvonne or Ana, and I'm definitely going for Yvonne. So MP2 would be sick, but yeah, it's just a bonus roll. Okay. So yeah, this will be it. This is the outro. So let's do this. Bam. But yeah, I gotta bounce after this, so we'll be back tomorrow. Again, tomorrow will also be an early stream, by the way. So we'll start at the same time as today. But then Friday and Saturday will be the usual time again. But for tomorrow, if Last Build 5.2 is out, I'm gonna roll for Canis, okay? If not, maybe more tier lists. They're always pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty fun. If you have a ruler card, that would be amazing. I would do anything to get John. Hello, YouTube. Why are you saying that, man? Are you saying something's gonna happen here? Alright. Yeah. Going for what now? Yvonne MP2. Hey, the dog's awake again. Maybe he's feeling it too. I mean, at least I'm getting servants, if anything. Wait, oh, it's a spook? Alright, oh, it's a rare prism. Alright. Hey, it's a 4-star servant, though. I haven't seen those in ages, right? It's been ages since I saw those. Alright. Fair enough. I already have her at MP5, so it's definitely a rare prism, but you know, I guess it's something. It's not a mineral. If I get a rare prism, I guess. Yeah, better than nothing. Yeah, exactly. There's the EX tier Uriel from the tier list. Was my Kane's luck? Yeah, probably. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I think this roll might be done. But hey, it's not a mineral. It's not a mineral. Nope, still going. Is Anastasia limited? Nope, she's permanent. Hey, it's Bazet. Yeah, GG. Hey, good luck, Yuri. Hey, memes. I'll take a meme C. Where's the next speedrun of Mabo Tofu? I don't know. We could do it on JP next time. Alright, there you go. An attempt was made. And yeah, that was for Yolumis command seal. Necro memes worth the 100k. Well, I'm glad, dude. Alright. But with that, yeah, I gotta bounce. That was still a long stream. It was gonna be a short stream originally, but hey. I did want to finish the list, so... Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for all the follows and a few bits. And the resubs and even the new subs. 4 new subs today. That's insane. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are great. We'll be back tomorrow. Be it Lost Build 5.2 rolls or more tier lists or something else. But it's gonna be something related to FGO regardless. So yeah. We'll see. If they get their shit together, we'll probably roll tomorrow. Alright. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your Wednesday or Thursday, wherever it is you're at. And yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright. Take care now. Peace out.